told you. Go, get out of my mind. I refuse to be your soldier. Waste my time. Don't say I never told you. Go, get out of my mind. I refuse to be your soldier. Waste my time. Don't say I never told you. Go, get out of my mind. I refuse to be your soldier.
Howdy doody.
Hello.
I'm back.
Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. We are coming to you live. It's the Octane Online Racing Sprint Series, round 2, just for you. It's season 10, and we are at Watkins, Glen. All right, enough of that. This is Split Sunset. My name is Jamie Conboy. It is a pleasure, as always, to be with you tonight. I am unfortunately not joined by David McNulty. Please wish him well. He has the Rona, so wish him all of your love. If he's watching tonight, you've got our best wishes, my friend. I am joined, however, by Miss Alexis Bowen and Mr. Tom Maloney. Hello.
Hello, how are we?
Hello, hello.
I'm super well. I'm ridiculously tired, but I'm so keen to get stuck into this. Now, first and foremost, those of you who aren't aware, this is my very first crack at broadcasting ACC. I am your broadcaster for the OOR F1 Legends series, but first, cap off the rank. We have 7 minutes to go in qualifying. So what I need you to do, everyone in YouTube chat who is usually here, please give us a little bit of a noise, right? I need to know, am I too loud? Am I too quiet? Is Alexis and Tom at a good level? Are the game noises at a good level? Because at the moment, as I said, everything's sort of running, which is nice, which is a lot more that can be said for the F1 series sometimes. But at the moment, we're running in Neil's favourite cam, the helmet cam, so we'll jump off of that while we watch Chad Petherbridge come around for his flying lap. But as I said, let me know.
Chase cam.
It's a great cam. I don't know why everyone hates this cam.
Best cam.
It's the best cam for learning, is it not?
Exactly.
So as I said, if you're a regular in chat, please let me know. If I'm too loud, tell me to turn the squawk box down. And as I said, if Alexis and Tom are too loud or too noisy, let me know. I can't hear much game sound at the moment, so which means you probably can't as well. So I'm going to turn that one up.
At the moment, it seems like we've got Babby on top with a 144.5.
Is he really? Nice. I'm expecting very, very big things from the Bab man. He's done a lot of work at Watkins Glen in the Honda for the Endurance Series, which is coming up, so he'll be well adjusted to this track and car combo. So he will be red hot tonight. I would assess him as a mid-43, so that mid-44, still a lot of work to do there. But Chris Taylor currently up the top with a 43.8.
With a high 43, yeah, that is a really nice time. Seems the Honda goes all right.
The Honda is
been very rapid in practice.
Is it? It's ridiculous. What are other strong cars here? Porsche?
Not the BMW, apparently.
No, the BMW's a bit slow, isn't it? The poor thing.
This will probably be its only track it's crap at. Because the BMW just seems to be good everywhere as we jump on board a car that probably won't be that good around here either, the Nissan.
No. Speaking of Nissans, Mr. Villalonga, I hope you're with us. Where is he? Speaking of chat, hello chat. Kyruden, Powell, Darwin, all the big names. I'll tell you who else is in chat. Neil Alexander. He's a very handsome man. I'll give you the tip. I met him for the very first time only an hour and a half ago. Very well spoken. A little bit more muscly than I expected him to be. And way more handsome than any photo you've ever seen, I guarantee it.
How much do you pay you for those comments?
No, none at all. No, very little. Look, it wasn't much. Look, it was only a few bucks. Look, it was a couple of $100.
Maybe at least 1,000.
Now, look, in all seriousness, he is in my neck of the woods. He's in Melbourne. Talking about Mull, that's right, Amster. He's in Melbourne. So, same thing with Bender, really. We just want to give him all the well wishes we can and good luck. And obviously, there's reasons, Mull, here. I'll let him reveal those to you if he wants to go ahead and do that one day. But as I said, he's in. Where's Bender? Bender's not in chat. Surely he's not sick enough to miss out on chat. Where is he?
So we were saying the BMW's not that good around here. It doesn't stop JP Sneakus from absolutely bossing the time of a 43.7.
That's a cracker. Nice one. Ben Hignett still representing the Bentley. He's currently 2 tenths up on his lap. We'll jump on board with him and see how he's going.
rightfully so. The Bentley is, in my opinion, the best car. Not even just in this game, just full stop.
Are you jumping back in the Sprint Series at some point?
We'll see. I mean, with school commitments increasing, it really depends. Plus, I'm having a lot of fun with the F1 series, so there's a lot that just depends on what goes on with my studies for the rest of the year going into next year. But we'll see. We'll see.
Totally fair. And if you were to jump in the Sprint Series, you'd reckon to be in the Bentley?
Most likely the Bentley, yeah. Or I'd trial a car that I haven't driven much before. Probably one of the newer cars. Last time I was in the Sprint Series, I was in the Nissan.
I do recall that, yeah. Benjamin only able to find a tenth or two there, plonking himself up into P9. Michael Velasquez coming around to complete a lap here. Looks like he's got a handy improvement under his belt. We'll see where this plonks him up there in P5 for the M-Class driver. Very nice in the BMW too, as you said.
That's really good for Velasquez in front of a quick driver in Clapano in the Lamborghini. Excuse me.
Oh, poor old bloody Clapano last week. Goodness me, are we all still forgotten, tried to repress what happened to Clapano last week, gone for the race win and got absolutely snouted on the last lap by a blue flag driver, no less.
Press F to pay respects.
It's a very, very sad story.
Mark Bushell, you are a fucking legend. Comes in with $50 and a little bit of trivia, which isn't actually trivia, it's a dad joke. That's as good as it gets, hamster! Let's go! 9 out of 10
trivia.
people who are afraid of hurdles never get over it. Yes, sir. Well played. Thank you very much for the $50 and for the dad joke disguised as trivia.
I thought all dad jokes were trivia.
T-Mac asked before, are we going to get any track facts tonight? I am not a factual person whatsoever, and obviously we know Bender's not here. Are you guys able to assist with any track facts regarding the Glen?
Certainly can.
I can come in with one right.
Not all at once, goodness me.
I'll go. The bus stop chicane is not considered a corner according to the official corner numbers.
Sorry, what? What? So is it a straight line? What are we doing there? Official track map.
So the downhill right-hander is turn 5.
Wow. That's okay? That needs work.
That is according to the official track map, because the bus stop chicane, known as the inner loop on the track map, is actually just a very temporary chicane on what would normally be a straight, so they don't consider it a corner.
Well, there you go. That's something I did not. That doesn't even make. Okay. Anyway, carry on. Adam Cardillo. That's a nice lap from Adam Cardillo. He's up in there in P5. Was that the? Did you have the same fact or?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we may have been discussing that.
Ah, I see. All right.
Or Velasquez.
No wonder you were trying to fight over it. I thought, mate, we've got a plethora of facts about to hit us. No, you're just fighting over the one fact. That's no.
I think I got debated by the fact that you went down to the P15 car. I thought Velasquez was up in the P3, but no. It's just the fact that I could only see up to P4.
Oh, got him. Got him with the old ACC timing board
Switcheroo.
trick.
Yeah. Still only 4/10 off. That is very well done from the M-Class driver.
I'll tell you what I have noticed is my game doesn't usually look like this. Have I changed anything in here? Let's go and save it. No, that's all high and epic. That's about.
You do have a mid-shadow distance.
Well, this is. I haven't changed any of this stuff for the stream, so I didn't realise it'd be that bad. But it doesn't usually look like this. It usually looks a bit better. The only thing I have done is I've reduced the resolution because I run a 34-14-40 or something. Yeah, I've got a big. So I don't know if the reduction in resolution has.
Are you able to run it at like the 2160-1440 or whatever it is?
Yeah, maybe run that.
No. Oh, I can. Okay, right. Is that gonna?
No. Just one down.
One down.
2560 by 1440. I'm pretty sure it is.
Whoa.
Hey.
No, revert.
Revert.
Oh, now it's balked stream unless I. Oh, this is why I don't play with things, right? Anyway, all right. Oh my god, yeah, perfect. Thanks, Paul. I should have done this earlier instead of friggin' doing it just as qualifying ended and we go to start the race. Anyway, apologies.
Still,
This is solid content.
I just wanted it to look a bit nicer because, as I said, usually my game looks a little bit nicer than this. It looks a bit fuzzy. But anyway,
Still, it's JP Sneakers on top by 0.05 of a second over Babby.
you might just have to cop it tonight. You'll just have to deal with the sounds of our voices and maybe some bit of fuzziness. Whatever. It is what it is.
Don't mind a bit of 144p. God, T-Mac, you would be able to run it in 44p if you resize the window in OBS.
I don't know. I don't know if I should do this. This is risky business.
It's probably not a good time to do it.
It's probably not a good time to do it, is what I would have said. No, that's what I'm saying, Mull. All right, Mull's ringing me right now, right? He's gonna try and fix it. And what would have been real content was I put him on loudspeaker and we go through this together. All right, no, you two talk some shit. I'm gonna call Mull and he reckons he's got the answer. He said increase resolution though. That's what we did. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Hang on. Yo, what's up? What do you want?
Whoa. So
Let's go. What's the options? Hang on. I'm going to mute myself so Alex and Tom can have a chat. Yep, go. So hang on. Set the game to 1340, my normal resolution. Nah, but see, I can't do that because I've got ACC like minimized on my one monitor, and I'm projecting an output to. No, we can't do this now. Honestly, there's like a minute to go into the race. We're just gonna have to cop it for now because I've got it all sort of set that I can. Like it was the only way that I could get them to see the game. I had to. Yeah, let's not do it with a minute to go. Yeah. Fit to and where? How do I fit to screen? All right. I'll call you back then. Oh, too hard. We gave up.
You deafened yourself, so you had to just improvise by using the chat as commentary for a little bit.
Ah, I deafened you. Oh my god. Absolute streaming pro I am. Goodness me.
So, I'm just going to read what I've put in chat. So we've got, JP on pole, followed by Babby. Chris Taylor doing a mighty job in P3 in the Pro-Am class. And we got Copano looking to make up ground in P4 as we are going into the formation lap just about now.
Where's the safety car? Is there a safety car in this split? Sure. I don't know if
Doesn't look like
there
it.
is. Actually, you know what? I don't reckon there is because the bloody stewards team's a little bit stretched tonight. So maybe they went without a safety car and they're just going to do a VSC. And fair enough too. Split Sunset demonstrated last week that they don't even need a safety car. They had 0 safety cars, if I recall correctly. Did Split Sunset last week?
What's a safety car?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. Whereas Beckett's
Low-tech solution.
Beckett's had
Vertical safety cars
2
are
in the
the
first
future.
20 minutes.
Got a bold prediction here from Jabo in chat. Taylor will win from P3. Mark my words.
Taylor from P3. I do love that Kovacs on Kovacs action up the front. The Honda being the strongest car, the stronger car between that and the BMW. That's going to be an absolute classic battle up the front.
Ooh, yeah.
What else have we got here? This is not reverse grid, is it? Full 60 minutes. So I was going to say Sean Bubnow's in a good spot, but he's in a good spot anyway in the Honda. He'll be liking that. Look at how many Hondas there is up there. There's 5 or 6 in the top 13. That's insane.
Lack of Audis is impressive.
Alright, I'm not going to call a winner, but I'm going to call it Velasquez on the podium.
Nice, nice. I'm going to call Tatey for a top 10. J Tate currently P18, car 95 in the Porsche. Porsche pretty strong here. An hour-long race. He's a very experienced driver, so having just come back to ACC, probably still a little bit rusty, but 18's very good for a rusty driver, so I just expect him to crawl up a couple of positions and finish in the top 10. That'll be my prediction. What do you got, Tom?
I've got a Maddox in the top 10. I've seen him, he's pretty rapid. 23 is probably a little bit under what he would have expected, but I expect him to be in the top 10.
Spot on from you. Turn off DLSS for now. 1080p plus DLSS is very fuzzy. Alright, that's a quick thing that we can try and have a crack at. Just before everything, let's do that.
And while we're doing that, we've got a bender fact.
DLSS is disabled. Alright, that's it. No more attempts.
Alright.
Bender fact, hit it.
King Fahd International Airport in Saudi Arabia is the largest airport in the world, being 10 times larger than any other airport at 776 kilometers square, making it larger than 23 sovereign states, Singapore, Liechtenstein, Barbados, to name a few, including the entire state of neighboring Bahrain.
Wow. Do you really need an airport that big? Goodness me.
I mean, it's Saudi Arabia.
That's amazing. That is actually a very good fact. I like that one. I'm not surprised by it, but I am amazed by it. Does that work? Anyway, who cares? We got this. Let's go. Race start. I reckon I'm going to have a crack at this one because I'm very excited to see Senekis and Bab go down into turn 1 together. We all love Kovacs on Kovacs action. It is green. Not a great start from Babby, to be honest. He's been jumped by Taylor down the inside. So, who's that up? That's Capano trying to make up from last week. That's not how you do it. And Babby is out of contention almost immediately at the exit of turn 1. He will be very, very displeased. Peach got away very nicely off the line. Quick smart down into turn 1 all by himself. So he stretches his legs and he will disappear into the sunset, I would suggest. Taylor, as we said, had a good start, but looks to have dropped back a few spots now and is in the midfield. There's an absolute car park occurring back there in what looks to be the uphill X section, and we have a safety car. Can I go and... I'm not quick enough. Not quick enough. Look, wait. No, I don't even know. Who's back here? No, too late. See, I haven't got this big enough. Okay, all right, let's go. Hang on. Let's just do it this way. Let's go and find out what happened. Yes, this is not your polished, super awesome OOR replay that you usually get, but I just want to see what happened. That's what we're going to have a crack at. So let's... What number's Babby? Anyone know what Babby... He'd be 666, wouldn't he?
666.
So I think we all saw what happened to Babby, but we'll just have another look at the pain. And you keep your eye on the Lambo there of Clapano, trying to make up for last week. He inserts himself between the two Hondas. 3 wide into turn 1 hardly ever works, and you just see it go all wrong there for poor old Babby. So he's the one who misses out the worst. But then, what happened?
It's a bit further up.
What happened in the S's? But that's where it kicked off. All right, so
That's an Audi pointing the wrong way.
that's car 343, is it not? The green one? Who looks like they've
Did
copped...
you want to toggle the HUD so we can see who it is?
Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh, it's Jared
bloody
Ellis.
Jared, goodness me. Sorry, Jared. Well, he's...
marbles.
Don't know if he's brought that on himself, fellas. Look, the stewards will have a look at that one. But there's a vortex of danger, and I think he may have just entered that himself. So that'll be up to him. I don't know who that blue Honda is back there. I think that's Taylor who had a good start, was it not?
Looks like that teal BMW, I think, might tap his rear a little bit.
Yeah.
Whether he's cut down on him, you'd have to get a different view from the stewards.
I want to see what happened to Taylor, because Taylor had a good
Taylor
start.
got caught up in the incident at the start.
Of
with,
course, yeah. Not a bad recovery.
Babby's pushed him into the blue.
And then got more. Oh goodness. There's some better angles I'm looking for here. Hang on, give me a change the camera.
Also, what were you saying before about Sunset not needing
Yeah,
a
my
safety
bad.
car?
Absolutely cursed the crap out of that, didn't I?
Taylor had a really nice launch compared to Capano. Right up the middle of him was probably just a bit too audacious of a move.
No. Look at this broadcast quality. I'm all over this. All right, I give it up. We've seen the replay. We know what happened. It was all pain and death. There's a safety car, and it is what it is. So, I hope you all appreciate what Neil does for you. Oh my goodness Christ. Because this is extremely difficult. There's so much to do. And he just brings it to you by himself. Like, honestly, go and be a fucking Patreon if you're not already. Because what that man does, the product he brings to you, it's not freaking easy. And it's his fucking full-time job he does it for you. And he just entertains you every... What do we do it? Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday night. It's just a great, big, bloody, happy product. And it's not easy. I'm honestly struggling here. I'm going to have a little sip of my tea. I'm a little stressed.
Ah, what sort of tea you go for?
Babe, what tea is this? Chamomile and spiced apple.
Yeah. I thought it'd be a bit of chamomile, however you pronounce it.
I'm
Is that
a
a T2
huge
product?
Huge fan of chamomile. The spiced apple, not so much, but the two of them together are a bit of a chalk and cheese type thing, and so they complement each other nicely. But I'm a massive tea connoisseur. If you didn't know, I have a huge tea box with like 40 different varieties of tea, and I have different kettles and pots and cups, and I love me tea. Maybe I am old.
No. Tea's pretty good. Tea is pretty good.
It's not just an old person thing then?
It's definitely not just an old person thing. I think one of my friends just has an entire collection of T2 teas.
The pit is now open.
Pit window's
T2 is
opened.
a brand.
There's a lot of cars still in the pits there, as you can see on your track map. There's still a lot of cars catching up to in the second sector there, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see another lap under safety car. Yep. Oh, that
Do we
res
wanna
is
just-
terrible. God damn it.
Let's just quickly run through our race order. So we've got Sneaker still out front, followed by McInnes, Malloy, Cadillo, Godfrey, Kefford, Copano, Velasquez, Hignett, and Morris. The top 10.
All shuffled. The deck is completely shuffled after the first lap. Very disappointed for Babby. I was very much looking forward to seeing that battle with Peach. Unfortunately, it's not going to eventuate tonight, but just another unlucky evening for that man. He didn't
Looks
have
like
the...
we're on the way.
Yeah, good call. Well spotted by you. So down into turn one they go. That's T-Mac going a little bit deep there as he chases after Peach. So out wide he goes.
Oh, that's very deep.
Does this open it up for Zach Malloy to get the run on the straight? The Aston Martin, pretty handy in a straight line. I don't think he's going to be close enough to have a go up into the bus stop.
Going from roofs into the bus stop is not easy considering how shallow it is. I mean, getting two cars side by side through there, not fun.
Godfrey makes the right call and doesn't send it in there. So he tucks in behind Cardillo ever so gently. How many have made their pit stops would be my question. There's still a couple in the pits. Goodness me, they must have some severe damage. It's John Rad and Paul Cranich who are still tucked away in there. So
I don't know if those pit stops would have counted under the mandatory pit.
They do.
oh, I don't know.
No, it
if
would have been too early.
It would have been too early. The pit window opened up as they were in there.
No, the pit window opened up a bit before.
All right, contentious.
Because the safety car finished at 54 minutes, and
Well,
the pit
someone's-
window opened at 55.
Stopped at turn 6.
Who's that having a little whoopsie poopsie of their own? 33 it looks like. So after the first full lap, Peach still leading the way. T-Mac chasing him down with the current purple lap, but I'm sure that will head over to each individual driver as they cross the line. Zach Malloy and Cardillo have done exactly the same time. That's cute.
Does that mean they share the fastest lap point?
Yeah.
Or do they both get awarded the point?
Half point each.
I don't think we've had this
Get the
scenario.
rule book out.
Maurice
So, I mean, if that,
might know
I
that
mean,
one.
those laps probably won't stand, but still, if they do,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether they both just get a point each, or surely you don't split the point. That seems a little messy. There'd be decimals and stuff in Mr. Rockford's spreadsheets, and I'm not sure he'd appreciate that.
Oh, he can handle
I was going to say he can handle it, can't he? He's a freak at that stuff. It's amazing what he can do with those spreadsheets.
meanwhile here we've got Velasquez in his wonderful, almost like pastel blue mint livery, currently really hounding Kefford with Hignett just behind. Got a good battle here at the moment.
Yeah, Velasquez put in a ripping qualifying lap, so clearly has the pace, but chasing after the stronger Honda will be a bit of a task.
Okay, so apparently this conversation has been had before, and Bender said that both drivers would get the full points for fastest lap.
Nice. Yeah, that makes more sense. And is good for the soul.
Yes, way less complicated. Whoa! All bad. I think we don't need to worry about it now because JP set fast lap.
Yeah, so he has stretched his legs. He's now 2.5 seconds clear of T-Mac P2. A couple of little close gaps up here. Cardillo chasing Malloy and McKinns. And then, yeah, as I said, let's go down here. We'll see how many have completed a pit stop, and if they are green. So there are a couple of green boxes there, but then there's also some cars that have fallen to the back of the field but haven't got those green boxes, so I'm not sure if their mandatories have been completed, or obviously they haven't because the game says they haven't.
Reckon they could have been drivers that came in early, expecting the safety car not to go as long, maybe? I don't know. Or they just couldn't get back to pits.
Oh, it's a rough blue flag.
Ooh. Well, this is position. Babby chasing after Lucci here in the Lambo. Lucci, of course, entitled to defend all he likes against the faster Bab. We will keep an eye on Bab as he crawls back through the field. He's obviously going to make a few passes tonight, so it'll be an interesting watch.
Trying to go around the outside here. I think he's got it done.
Nice
Got it
one.
done quite well.
And then he's
And
got
next up,
an OOR favourite in Mo Chazza and Radzak up next. That's only a second up the road, also in a Honda. What else is going on down here? Poor old Mike Crick. Well, looking forward to hearing from him tomorrow. He's down there in P30. I don't know if that's of his own doing or whether he was entangled in the opening lap stuff. Looking forward to Mike's work tomorrow. So, as I said, I'm covering for Neil tonight. Mike will be in your earbuds tomorrow night. He's doing the hard yards broadcasting for us. Now, Mike is much more experienced at it than I am, by the way. An avid streamer. Knows his way around the Streamlabs very nicely, so looking forward to his efforts tomorrow night. Who's joining him? Sean would be... You'd be there, Alex?
I'm joining them for the first split tomorrow night with Sean.
Yeah, one of my favourite commentators is Sean Muller, so that's a dream team. It's you, Sean and Mike together. I'm looking forward to that one. Is that the first split too?
Yes, that is the first split.
Nice. I get to tune into that. That makes me happy. Nice one. And then it'll be Mike, and do we know who's in the second one?
I think it could it possibly be JP?
Paige will be back.
Yes, it's JP and myself with Mike.
Nice. Paige will be back after missing last week. Looking forward to hearing his tones, hopefully, after a race win tonight, which would be an excellent backup to his three-peat from last week, was it not? I think he won both the 20-minute race and the 40-minute race, and then backed it up with a win in the BMWs on the next night. Or the same night.
Same night.
Same night.
Because the BMWs are up next.
Nice little move down the inside. I'm not sure if that's for position, because
Pretty
that's
sure it's a blue flag.
2 in 1.
Did compromise Finch slightly on the exit of the final call, just running wide. Because it looks like there's a solid battle ahead between Paz and Bub now. Paz is going to have a look around the outside. Will that turn to the inside going into the bus stop chicane? Oh, you've got to be brave making a move up here. Goes for it.
Oh, a bit of contact there, I reckon.
Oh, there is contact. Big contact. And that's, yeah.
That takes the grass.
And Taylor's been able to get both of them.
Wait, can we get a replay? Yes, all right. Okay, so there's no replay graphic. I'm still working on that. But let's have an instant replay of what happened here through the bus stop. As you said, very difficult to make moves happen through there. And unfortunately, Sean Bubb now coming off worse out of those two. He's done pretty well with that rejoin. Very patient. Not just throwing himself back on. So, nice one there from
He
Sean.
also had to turn the car back on again as well. So that probably would have cost him a bit of time. He's now down into P17 just ahead of Finch and behind Robertson.
Another nice livery there from Finch, actually. I don't mind that. I'm not a huge fan of yellow on most occasions, but that's a good shade of yellow there from Finchy in the Audi, so I don't mind that one.
It looks like a colour you'd see on a fish.
Definitely looking forward to the custom liveries for the Watkins.
Oh, I'm trying around the outside. No, Bub now is coming into the pits, so must have a fair amount of damage after that incident.
Yeah, those orange barriers on the inside of the bus stop are solid, unfortunately.
Oh.
Looks like he just tagged it.
Oh, man's up the inside. They both go off. That's, I reckon that may need to be redressed, that one. We've had issues like this in real life racing before, particularly in F1 last year, but we'll see whether there's any action taken there.
This has invited Penfold and Lawrence in here too. Lawrence having a look now.
As well.
Backs out of it through the bus stop, but they have really tightened the gap here. And look who's not far behind. Babby already up into P21, making moves tonight. Jan Tully! Hello, Jan. Good evening to you, my fair lady.
Good to have Jan here.
So we watched Babby get a couple of done earlier. He's made short work of Shazran, who's got himself 10 seconds, and then nicely done up the inside.
That was a blue flag.
Was it? Oh, Penfold's in the green one, yep. I'm struggling to see these blue flags. Let's see if I can make that. No, if I make that big, it'll ruin everything. Don, what happened? I saw you in the pits. No, actually, I saw you.
I was down in last and still had to serve a mandatory, so I'm assuming there's been a few incidents there for Don Tuati.
Yeah, indeed. It's T-Fighty, by the way, which I know.
T-Fighty?
Yeah,
Wow.
T-Fighty. Yeah, I know how to say it now, so I'm sure he's happy with that, but unhappy with his race. Tell us what happened. Obviously, the caught up in the lap one carnage, as were plenty of other people.
Got Velasquez into the pits now, so a few drivers are starting to make their pit stops, so we'll see Finch and Mans go at it once more. Finch up the inside here, through the S's. This is going to be a ballsy move around the outside. Can't make it stick, but we'll have a bit of a run going through to the bus stop. No, just has to back off, so Mans holds on for now. It'll be, as I said earlier, it'll be a big move going into the bus stop, but no, Mans brakes later. Almost too late. It still holds on.
Yeah, you're right. It did look like he compromised him a bit, and it looked like it was too late on the brakes from the BMW, but the BMW was very strong under brakes, and he kept it all together, did Michael Mans. So Nice defensive driving. It did look like Finch was all over him. I thought the Audi might strip him down the straight, but put the car in all the right places and defended nicely. So Finch has to be patient.
Oh, that's wide.
Yeah, that time he's wide, and that's going to open the door for Finch to have a look going into the next right-hander. Brake later? No, you're not going to brake later than that BMW. So once again, just that little bit wide. So Mans is still under a lot of pressure, but Finch has to be careful of, is that Lawrence behind?
He's all over him though, isn't he? He's looking very dangerous. You would suggest it's only a matter of time before Finchy gets this one done.
Just gets, he gets a good run, but just not quite enough on the exit. We'll be getting closer on the straight with that slipstream. Having a look up the inside, turn one. No, not quite, but Mans leaves the room. And now it's a drag race down to the bus stop through the S's.
He gets the full benefit of the slipstream now. He's got some time to pull it in.
Yeah, look at him just enjoying that slipstream now.
Gets up the inside. This should be a relatively easy move with that overspeed.
Although I still don't like us into the
giving
bus
up.
stop.
He's got it.
Nice one.
Good racing.
Great racing.
Close racing.
Good content.
Yeah, well called by you two as well. That's been developing for a while and shared the load there. Three excellent commentators doing excellent work. Good stuff. I'm very happy with our work there. Good work, you two. It's good. All right, we're bringing some content. Let's go. This is all right. All right, I've calmed down a little bit now.
While that was happening, we've had a few penalties come in. So we've got 10 seconds for Shazareza, Lines, Lanes, and Remfree. I'm assuming that would be for start procedure. We've got a 5-second up ahead for Capano, so Capano gets a little bit of a slap on the wrist for what happened at turn 1.
JP with a 5.5 second lead.
Yep, he's off in the distance.
Cardillo's up nice and close behind Malloy.
Tell you what, it shows you how strong Page is, that he can make that car quick here. That BMW is not particularly strong here. It shows you how quick Cardillo is too, just quietly.
Yeah, could be on for a double BMW podium here.
Looking very nice, the two Kovacs BMWs.
Even then, Malloy's doing a very nice job as the Pro-Am driver in P3 at the moment.
Quick going back to Babby, we'll see how he's going later on. He's about a 1.5 seconds behind Lawrence now, but I'd expect a few more positions to be made up by him. Currently back inside the top 20, so a nice little recovery drive from him.
Seems it's a bit of a train here forming for P3s. We've got Malloy, Cadillo, Capano, and Godfrey all fighting for that P3 position. And crucially for Godfrey and Malloy, that is for P1 in Pro-Am.
Hello, True Grit. No, people do not race in both sprints and rookies. It's one or the other. If you're unsure as to which one you should start in, obviously start in the rookies would be my suggestion and work your way up. But no, we don't allow drivers to participate in both series simultaneously. I assume simultaneously was part of the question. You can definitely participate in both series, just not at the same time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're in rookies, you're in rookies. If you're in sprints, you're in sprints. It does not stop you from participating in other series outside of ACC either.
Saw Hignett and Kefford both run a little bit wide there outside turn 1. What are track limits like here? I've only actually done zero race stuff, and I don't know what.
Suggest it's the curb. The curb would be the track limits.
No, I know where the limits are. I know that they are the outside of the curb, but there's some tracks where I think of Paul Ricard, for example, where if you exceed the limits, you almost always get a warning. Whereas there are some other tracks where you can sort of exceed the limits, and as long as you don't gain more than a tenth, it sort of lets you go. And it's hard to tell. You obviously can't tell that from qualifying, because anytime you go outside the limits, it invalidates your lap. So you have to do race pace to Like, you have to race and get warnings to figure out where the track limits are punished and where they're not. And I haven't done any here. So I don't know whether going wide there at turn 1 would be worth a warning or not.
Turn 1, it's quite generous. Like you were sort of saying before, you can get away with sort of not really losing any time.
Yep.
The real corner that's difficult is the second to last one, which we're coming up to very soon. Which is like you were saying at Port Ricardas, if you go off, it just pings you.
Right, so this one here, you run wide on the exit sometimes, and it's a weird sort of curve out here too. It's a bit of a up and down, so that you can sort of, if you get too far out, it throws you off. So yeah, very easy to invalidate out there. I tell you what, I've invalidated a qualifying lap on that wall. It's like Bathurst. If you hit that wall a little bit, it invalidates your lap. God, that was frustrating. It was a personal best, and I invalidated it right on that wall. I was very, very upset. Oh, that's all sorts of
that's
crosscut.
around. Come on.
Here comes Benny Hignett. I would suggest he's going to get that one done pretty efficiently.
Kefford's still holding.
Getting crossed up out there outside turn 1, losing all sorts of traction, and Ben Hignett gets him. Now, can
Although
the Honda...
the straight line speed is going to be crazy going down to the bus stop compared to the Bentley. Trying to around the outside, though, not going to be easy, and backs out of it, rightfully so.
Although Ben broke really late and had to send it through there to consolidate that position, but he does. He's done nicely. He hangs onto it. So up into P7 goes Mr. Benjamin Hignett. Nice work. He's been pressuring Kevin for a couple of laps now, and finally gets his rewards. Nice one.
Still a very nice save, though, from Kefford, because that looked like it was going around for all certainty.
Indeed. Yeah. Tatey's doing nicely back here in P14, currently behind Christopher Withers. Hope he doesn't mind him calling him Christopher. His name's Chris. I'm just going to stick with Chris. That's what I called my dad when he was in trouble. Christopher! P14. Didn't I call top 10 for Tatey? He's already...
Yes, you did call top 10
from
for
P18
Tatey.
already up into P14. I'm pretty happy with this little prediction, how it's going at the moment. Looking nicely.
Well, you've already made half of the positions he needs to in less than half of the race.
Looking very smooth. I wonder when we'll start to see some pit stops.
Well, Capano's in the pits.
Velasquez has already done one.
Capano will need to serve a 5-second penalty in his pit stop, though. So that will hurt his time somewhat.
This will be an interesting set of pit stops for me. I don't know whether Cardillo's just biding his time here behind Zach, and whether he thinks he might be able to undercut him. So that will be one to watch. But yeah, I don't think anyone's undercutting Peach. He's 6.5 seconds clear of McKinn's now. Looking very strong, both in this race and in this split. Look for him to take away the win for this Sprint Series in Season 10. But it's anyone's game behind him.
It's all looking close, although I reckon McInnes has probably got enough of a gap down to Malloy to hold on to that P2 position for now on pit stops, as Cadillo has a look, but a bit too far back on this occasion. Yeah, I think this will definitely be the battle to watch closely, though. Battle for the podium between these two, and Godfrey just behind.
Have we got any silly livery things coming up soon, like an ugly livery thing, or I think there's a pineapple on pizza round. When's that? I think there's a, and someone's going to have to explain to me what that is. Do we just turn up in a green livery or a red livery, depending on whether we believe that pineapple belongs on pizza? Someone's going to have to explain that one to me. Have you got any idea what that would be, or are you supposed to come in like a yellow pineapple livery if you love it, and I don't know, a black?
I think you meant to just have a pineapple pizza before the race, and then just show up feeling like crap because you ate a pineapple pizza.
Hey, all right. Well, we know what side you're on. Hey,
I'm actually on the positive side. I'm just trying not to get fired.
Nah, this is a pineapple safe zone in here at the moment. I've got all the controls, and Mul's not here. He's not going to fire. He's not even on Discord. Actually, no, that's dangerous. He's probably on his phone. He could probably easily.
All right, I'll say Pineapple is good on pizza as long as it's only on a Hawaiian. Put it on anything else and it ruins it.
You don't like a barbecue chicken with barbecue sauce and onion? Oh, 2 secs, Ted. Babby. This is not Babby, this is Cardillo. Around the outside. There's no grip out there. Malloy enjoying all the camber on the inside, but Cardillo is pressuring Malloy here, as you said, for this podium position.
Alright, we've got word from the big man himself. Yellow livery, if you put pineapple on pizza, then instant DSQ.
Harsh but fair.
Okay, so what if you don't put pineapple on? What if you, like Mull, for example, if you were going to show up to this race, what would your livery be? Obviously a proponent of the non-pineapple brigade, to put it politely. What would you be showing up in? Are you coming in a red livery to say, no, pineapple is bad, or I think that round needs a little bit more hashing out. Hawaiian Parma pizza, that does actually sound really good.
Yeah, okay. So this is actually one that Dad makes for our pizza night. So it's a combination of chicken, barbecue sauce. It's basically just the chicken parma on a pizza. Well, I mean, the elements that make up a chicken parma on a pizza.
Yeah, like the bolognese sauce or the Napoli sauce, whatever it is.
Yeah, sort of. And you just add pineapple to it.
Woo.
And it works really well. It's like you have your shredded chicken, as we see Taylor up the inside of Morass.
Yeah, he got all crossed up. He did the same thing that Keffer did in turn 1, so I don't know if that's a Honda specific thing, but that's 2 Hondas we've seen in 5 minutes get turn 1 wrong, but it hasn't stopped him from getting all up alongside Morass, who ran wide himself in turn 1. Morass is allowed to take the bus stop first, so nice manners there by Mr. Christopher Taylor. He waits until the next lap to have another crack, but Kefford has dropped back into the clutches of Morass and Taylor here, so this is a bit of a battle ensuing. But yeah, Parma pizza, that's red hot. That sounds really good.
So yeah, it's basically just obviously
mozzarella.
Sauce, yeah, your mozzarella cheese, your shredded chicken, your sauce, cheese,
Ham.
bit of ham, pineapple, barbecue sauce.
I'm totally down for that. And you said your dad makes it. Does he own a pizza store or something, or
No, he
just whips them up
we
for
actually
family night?
we actually just own a pizza oven, like one of the little portable pizza ovens powered by gas. And JP is in the pits.
It's been a great start from Beach. He's got the purple lap. He's led from start to finish. See what sort of traffic he drops back into. Looks like Christopher Taylor's going to come into the pits here too, doing God's work and taking all of the pit lane. I don't think that was necessary considering how far behind Pass is, but he was being very polite there as he entered the pit lane.
I mean, if there's a line there, you might as well take it.
You won't see me take that line. Goodness me.
Because is it a dotted line or a solid line?
I don't know.
Because if it's a solid line,
Wait.
officially
I've always
you're
wanted
meant
to do this. Look. Yes, now I am the drone.
Oh no.
How do you speed it up? How do you get off the car? F7? No. Wait. No. How do you... So what's the key combo for get like free key? I thought it was shift. Maybe it's control. Yes. All right. Now I am the helicopter. What were we looking for?
The
You wanted to see
solid
the
line or the dotted line. on
dotted
the pit
line.
entry.
This is a prick of a corner. No one likes this corner.
On the pit entry,
I
is
do.
it a...
No one likes
It's fantastic because you can set people up on it.
On the corner.
That
Oh, it's a solid line, which means technically you have to take it.
What? No, surely we're not going to force people to jump in that lane. And like, I mean, if you are seconds clear of the person behind you, surely you just take the normal racing line with a little less pace and then just sort of bring it across gently. The braking marker is this board here. Like, I've tested that out. I know that like if you're coming full pelt, the braking marker is this board. You're really going to make people take this solid line all the... Oh my god, Mul's much better at this than I am. I mean, we saw Chad do the right thing. Was it Chad? And, you know, all power to him. But yeah, not for me. All right, can I return to a car? Someone who's not in the pits.
Either way, it's a disgusting pit entry.
Who's on track? T-Mac! It's currently leading the race. What is this? Try something else. That's a replay. Oh my god, I'm killing it.
I go back to like F1 or something and just like scan through back to your broadcast camera.
This is when you forget that it's me, and it is actually me, and it's not Mal when we do.
Well, back on the broadcast camera now.
Nice. Hello, T-Mac. How you going?
Right, so
the
it
race.
seems like in the track walkthrough you can take the normal line, but if you kill someone who uses the line, you will get spanked. So basically, it's down to personal choice.
Where's the battle? Fab. There you go. He's chasing around Kefford. So Senecas has come out in P10, and he's right behind Cardillo. Cardillo's jump Peach in the pits. What?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, it's the oh goodness, got me excited. ACC timing board. I was going to say
Cadillo's behind Capano.
That would have been all sorts of spicy.
No, Capano's further back. Never mind, it's another Lamborghini.
It's another ACC timing
No,
board.
it is. No, it isn't.
What's happening?
ACC, please.
All right.
Update your timing.
F5.
All right, well, it got there eventually. So Cardillo is indeed behind Clapano now. And Clapano not far behind Peach. He's only 6 seconds back, so that's not bad.
No, he's 14 seconds back. Peach is 6 seconds behind Babby.
Quality content. I'm all over it.
No. It's just Kunos's timing board being terrible.
No, you two are carrying me. This is great work from you two. Thank you very much for help.
Don't downplay your performance. It is ACC is just a menace to work with.
And
No
yet still better than
product.
Codemasters F1. Yeah.
I mean, at least with Codemasters F1, the limited options makes it so you don't have these faffs going around.
It's not a bad shout, actually. It is a little bit simpler.
No rev glitch.
True that. That's the worst thing in the whole world is that bloody rev glitch.
Disgusting rev glitch.
I think that's a blue flag that's allowing Peach to
Yes.
just cruise on by. Nicely done there from that blue flagged participant.
Malloy's coming out of the pits now, and Cadillo's been able to undercut. Seems to undercut by a long way. No, right there. Okay, never mind. So, still an undercut, but I mean,
T-Mac
right
8
there.
seconds behind Peach. Malloy P3. Hignett now P4. So Cardillo. Oh, ACC. Oh my God. Look, I'm going to stop.
Let's give it a lap.
Let's just stop commenting on where people are until we're bloody confident.
Just let it sort itself out for a lap, and then we'll work it out from there.
Out of context, success posting, James Kefford currently leads your 60-minute sprint race as he pops into the pits, but he was P1. We all saw it. Chad Petherbridge
red flag.
Babby's up here in P3 now, which, again, out of context, is an excellent amount of success for this man, having come from what I'm sure was the back of the field. We saw him being very patient out there at the exit of turn 1.
Yeah, so most drivers are actually taking the pit lane line.
So that must have been a directive from the race director, because I haven't seen anything about that in the Discord. So I think the race director has let them know that will be the case, and therefore we'll see it in the next split and tomorrow night's splits as well. So I'll have to learn how to do that for a start. Makes sense though, I guess. Better to have everyone do it than allow there to be those middle cases where it's borderline and it gets confusing. Just make everyone do it. That's a better call. Nice work
Can we just fix the pit lane so there's like a dedicated lane? But then again, it's an American track, so no, they won't do that.
I'm surprised it's a clockwise American track. I thought they were all anti-clockwise. Or is that no, that's a joke about ovals, isn't it? No,
That's a joke about ovals.
They only turn one way.
No, but because I'm pretty sure the Indy Grand Prix course runs clockwise. Because the start is in reverse compared to the Indy 500.
Let's see if we can find it. I like brown flags. They're my favourite flags. What number's Peach? He's 44.
You can open up the HUD.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Peach is 44. Oh! 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 Oh!
Pretty sure you can click on the driver as well.
So it was blue flag last corner, so it's probably
So you'll need to go back a little bit.
around about here somewhere. Let's change the case. Is that a blue flag? Wait. 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 Seriously, go and become a Patreon. Goodness
On a
gracious.
cam.
All right. Okay. Oh, he does race in the bonnet cam. I refuse to race in the bonnet cam. I'm sorry. So this is a blue
I
flag.
used to, but now I'm much.
Peach being very... Oh, my goodness.
Hey!
Brown flag indeed. Peach has done very nicely there. In all seriousness, he's been very patient. Probably more patient than he thought he needed to be, and he still had the reaction time to stay out of the back of... I think that's a Porsche.
That's an Audi.
That's an Audi. Thank you.
66. Whose car 66?
Was there a little tap there?
Maybe just the slightest of little nudges, so hopefully getting out the way now. Yeah, they realised they were blue flag, got out the way. So it could have been worse. It could have been worse for our race leader, and to be honest, it really didn't cost him all that much. He's now 9.6 seconds clear of T-Mac in P2. Clapano holds P3 at the moment, which is very handy up there in the podium position, but Cardillo, as we said, fighting for that previously with Zach Malloy, now has Zach a second and a half behind him, and he wants to chase down Clapano for the podium.
I mean, the fact that Capano's been able to get back into that position after serving a 5-second penalty in the pits is pretty good.
Shows you how bloody quick he is. 100%. Great call. So you would suggest that Clapano in the Lambo probably looking odds-on favourite to hold on to this podium position with 20 minutes to go.
We'll see though, because Cardillo's got the pace. He's been holding on.
Bootsy joined us recently. He's an NA man. He lives 45 minutes away from the Glen. They do cars and coffee once a month. You get coffee and then you take your personal car around the track. That's my kind of track day. They just hand out coffees. Once a month, you just grab a coffee and then you take your personal car around the track. That sounds amazing.
I think Winton do something similar.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Does it include coffee?
I don't think so, but it's just turn up and pay him $20 for your license and then just send it.
Shit, I'm down. Where's Winton?
Oh, like almost in.
It's Benalla.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. I know where
near
Benalla is.
Shepparton.
Well, there you go.
I'm pretty sure the Bend do a few things like that as well.
Yeah, but then you have to go to South Australia.
Yeah, and although to be fair, the only time I've gone karting was actually at the Bend, and like the track there is actually pretty good, even though it's practically a desert. So it looks like our final driver to come into the pits, Jared Ellison, is in now and will be serving a bit of a fine of 10 seconds.
Michael Babb, 17th.
Yeah, it's been an awesome recovery drive from Babby. It really has. There's some examples tonight of leaving the race early because of not seeing a reason to participate for the rest of it. But Babby's showing here exactly why there is a reason to participate. He's done it.
Somehow gotten it.
He's done it. Actually, I love that so much. I'm going to get a replay of it. Am I? Where's my replay tool? Hey.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that was tight.
It was tight. Passed it very nicely there because that's a really bumpy inside curb that he's managed to not understeer into Babby there. But Babby also knew that there was a possibility that you could see how hard he sent it into. Like, he was like, this is either go hard or go home territory. So
It was properly loose when you're on board with him.
nice work there from the Bab man up into P16. As we were saying, he's not put the cue in the rack tonight. He said there is still a result here for me if I carry on wayward son, and he's doing very nicely. There's still 17 minutes to go too, mind you. Closing up now behind Robertson and Withers And Tate in P13, he's got a bit of work to do. I believe in him. I reckon he can still get up there in that top 10.
He's going to need a fair old effort because it's 14 seconds between Peffy and Velasquez.
Yeah, so once he gets past Chad here, he's got a lot of work to do. But
I reckon it would come down to incidents or penalties in front.
He'd be pretty bloody happy with P12, would he not?
You'd think so, starting from P18. That's a fair effort, making up 6 positions around the track. That probably isn't the easiest to overtake without a slipstream, and I mean, the Porsche is a brick in the straight line.
Making his return to the F1 series, by the way, in the commentary booth. He will.
Good to hear.
He'll be joining myself and Jacob for this season.
Nice to have you and Mr. Welburn back into the booth as well.
Absolutely had a ball last season with Yoda. Very, very fun. And he brings all the knowledge. He knows a lot more about the cars in the series than I do. So I just try and bring some silly energy, but he's really what sets that stream up. So yeah, absolutely great to have Tatey join us this season, and the potential for streaming 3 tiers this season, if you don't mind. Still in the works at the moment, it's still being confirmed and consolidated and whatnot, but a very strong suggestion that we may be streaming 3 tiers of the OOR F1 Legends series. So that's pretty huge if we can get that up and going.
Cadillo's 1/10 behind Pano.
Thank you, sir. On my way. Well, he was.
Look at that direction speed. Like you've been doing it for 10 years, JC.
Oh no, that's me cheating. This is an amazing little piece of software that's made by Brad Coe, who is also rejoining the F1 series, by the way. But yeah, it literally is called ACC Broadcast Controller, and it's amazing, and it's making me look a lot better than I am. Like that doesn't.
Mr. Tier 5 champion from season 3? I'm pretty sure Brad Coe was.
He's Brad, yeah. I don't know if he's related to Russell Coe. I'm sure he is.
I'm fairly sure they are related.
I don't know if they're father and son or brother and brother, but Russell obviously has participated in the last couple of seasons, and so he's joined in. I think they're in a Williams together.
Yes, they are in the same tier in the same car.
That's awesome. That is the way it should be. That's pretty cool. Tell you what else I'm excited to see is Franco and Neil Alexander in the McLaren together in Tier 2. That is content. Goodness gracious, I'm looking forward to that.
Looking forward to Franco making up for his deck at Silverstone race last year.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, Franco had a really good season last season. Obviously a couple of whoopsie-poopsies, but that one at Silverstone was not any doing of his own. Don't expand. Exactly, Suma. Very much. Yeah, that rejoin for Franco, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
But was it as bad as Bender's rejoin at Paul Ricard?
You know what? I think it was. I think it was up there. It was Bender level. It was pretty bad.
I still remember driving, seeing him going 90 degrees across the track in the braking zone for turn 3 at Silverstone and going, am I disconnected or what's going on here?
Good times. Good times.
Seems Cardell's just lost a little bit of touch with Copano just here, but Malloy is starting to catch back up. He's jump up with Robertson behind Chris Withers.
Babbitt's a 14th. Have these guys have come together or something?
Wouldn't think so. I think Bab's just quick.
Did watch Withers get a little bit upset there at turn 1.
Just on the curb, I reckon. Just had a little bit of a whoopsie-poopsie on the curb. But Brad's right on the back of him.
He is. And Tate's all over Petherbridge too, so I'm just going to jump up there and see what that looks like from Babby's perspective. Because now Babby and Tate, it's like the prophecies are combining here a little bit. Babby on the comeback drive, Tatey on the, well, I don't know, the prediction drive? I don't know, whatever.
The rising drive, I don't know.
So there's a little look here, but this battle for P3 is also really nice. Might actually just jump back up there, because you're right, Malloy has closed this gap again. And he was the previous holder of that P3. So these are the two battles we'll flip between.
He's flying at the moment. He's got so much more pace. The question is that pace enough to get past both Cardillo and Clapano? I mean, either way, Malloy's having a very nice race in that Aston Martin.
We were watching Withers and Robertson before. I didn't realise that Pass was so close behind them. Robertson has now dropped to P17, so Withers and Pass have both gone past Robertson in the last...
No, Paz has gotten past Robertson because Robertson was chasing Withers.
I thought Withers were chasing Robertson. All right.
No.
No, I trust you. I'll shut up. You're probably right. We'll stick it here for now.
Yeah, pretty sure we were on ball with Robertson before looking on at Withers in the McLaren.
Reece Penfold has dived into the pits. That's
a wall tap.
Wall kiss there from Mr. Malloy.
It's lost him some time. Hasn't lost him any aero.
Yeah, he's certainly dropping off a little bit at the end of this lap.
Kefford's dropping. Kefford dropped a few positions there, and he's now back into P11.
Velasquez in the 10.
Let's see what happens. Is there anything we can spot here from Mr. Kefford?
No, I think it may have just been a bit late.
I might have just missed it. Oh, it looks like he's recovered it.
No, he's crabbing. Got a bit of...
He's got a fair bit of damage there.
Bit of right hand down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa.
As we get blinded by the light.
Oh my god. Somebody help me. Right.
I see the lights.
That'll do it. We'll just click on Peach. Peach will fix it. Thank you, Peach. How are you going, Peach? He's just not been on camera all night long, so that's how you know he's having a good bloody race. Other than that little blue flag incident that John pointed out for us. Oh my god, my
Malloy's
eyes.
past Cadillo. Malloy is past Cadillo.
Sorry, hamster.
So Malloy back up in the P4 and is now hunting down Clapano for a podium as a Pro-Am driver.
Get in there, Zach. He's having a cracking race. Really good effort.
He's just really been able to turn the tyres on in this latter half of the stint.
Oh, I'll tell you what else has happened is Babby's got past Justin Tate at some point and must have done that pretty comfortably because he's already pulled out a gap enough to have caught Petherbridge, who we said was 14 seconds up before. So now...
I know Petherbridge was 14 seconds behind Velasquez.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Because
Goodness me, glad you're here, Alex. There's no grip out here, Babby. So it won't be this corner, but he is all over the back of Chad. So we'll stick it here for a little bit.
No better experience for an AM driver than to have a pro behind you, hunting you down.
And such a well-known pro too. Like, he knows that this is the man who coaches all the rookies and gives them all their pace. So he will know who's behind him. He will feel the pressure. As have everyone who has come before him. Pass Withers, Robertson, Bub, now Rad, Shazza, all having been passed.
Maybe the rookies need to give some compensation for the work that Babby's done.
That wouldn't be a bad shot. What do you reckon he would accept? What would Babby like to be paid in?
A position.
Meat. That's a great call.
Babby loves his barbecue.
He loves his barbecue. It's a great shout.
He's got a very, very nice barbecue.
Just send the man a steak. Although I'm not sure how that'd go in the mail. Nah, you just get it delivered from his local butcher. Yeah,
Get it vacuum sealed.
oh yeah, that's not a bad shout either.
Still needs to be kept cool.
Vacuum sealed and dry aged. With like ice in the bag, that would do it.
Tell you what I notice about Babby when I watch his hot lap videos and his rookie videos and what is he uses very little input, unnecessary input on the wheel. It's sort of just
uses a very small steering angle.
Yeah,
I think
and
it only
it's
uses like 360 degrees or something like that.
yeah, exactly. It looks like there's hardly any crossing of the hands. It doesn't look like he's working the car that hard. It just looks flawless and effortless. And you jump on some other drivers, and obviously they're doing a lot of work to keep the car on track, let alone go fast. Babby just looks effortless, which is
serene.
It's a calling card of some of our faster drivers. Well, I say faster drivers.
Oh, up the inside.
Nice. He's putting all sorts of pressure on Chad here. I feel like this is imminent.
He's got Chad defending fresh air.
But so far, it's working for Chad.
I mean, I wouldn't want to look at the front of that BMW if I could avoid it.
Which is why we're looking behind it.
Look at the front of the Honda instead. Not a bad looking car, the Honda. I'm enjoying my time.
It's a really nice looking car. But Babby's going to get a bit of a slipstream here. Will Tessie Bridge try and defend the inside, or will he let Babby go? No, holds the outside and does it well. So now Babby's just got to try and get that run through towards the bus stop.
Meanwhile, Cardillo's still red hot on Zach Malloy, and Malloy's still only half a second behind Capano, so that battle ensues, but this will be it. Babby's got a great run. The BMW not entirely strong in a straight line, but again, Chad defends the inside, gets hard on the anchors. BMW very good on the brakes, makes all of the apexes, does nicely, so he again defends that straight. Does Petty Bridge driving very nicely here in a respectful and defensive manner. Babby having to be very patient with only 5 minutes to go. He's going to have to get something done soon.
Petty Bridge doing a very nice defensive effort as an AM class driver, showing levels above what he's maybe classified, but who knows, we might see him move up a few classes in the future.
We'll have a quick gander up here and see how these guys go down the straight. I don't think Cardillo's capable of catching Malloy down the straight. The Aston pretty strong and with a slipstream. The BMW not particularly strong in a straight line, so this battle continues, but I think
we have a double yellow. Double yellow bus stop.
Oh, here it is up here. Who's sideways up here? We didn't see anyone sideways there. 87 back there.
Way off.
Yeah.
27. Might have been Finchy. Not sure.
Yeah, it was Finch.
Who that was?
It was Finch.
Just recovering himself, is he? Let's see if we can scream backwards and find out what happened as he comes up the straight. We said the yellow was in the bus stop. I've gone back a little bit too far, but that's all right. We'll let it play out. We'll see what happens before we jump back on board with Babby. That looks okay.
No, it was another car off.
Ah, well, that's not ideal. Oh, well. Anyway. Oh my god, we're doing it again. Why does it do this? Stop doing that.
And Bab has passed Petty.
We missed Bab past Petty. Right, can I replay that then? Quality. No. Nah, he's already done it. Must have done it in a turn one. Quality streaming. Alright, can I get out of the replay early? Is that a thing? No, it's not. We have to watch the rest of this replay, even though Babby's already passed him. Sorry, friends. We missed Babby past Chad. No, I can go back and find it. Do I do that with 3 minutes to go? What else is going on? Zach Malloy, 3/10 back. Cardillo's still behind them. I really want to see how Babby got past him. Should we do it? Let's do it. Car 666. Up the front he was, and then it was not there. Quality broadcasting brought to you by JC.
Let's see. So we got Chad just running a bit too deep there, and it just allows Bab to get up the inside.
Yep,
that's
nice.
Done.
There'd been a couple of laps previous where he looked like he was going to have a go at that, and just managed to pull it off that time. So nice way Babby up into P12.
Let's jump on board with Malloy, right behind Copano. And Cardillo's there too.
Well, now my FPS is poor. Anyone else can see that, or is that just me? No, that looks bad. That looks bad.
No, I think that's the game. I think that could just be the driver.
No, I don't. Well, I hope so, but I doubt it. Let's go to Capano, who's also got very bad FPS. Oh dear. Well, this is a bit sad.
Oh no, it does look like the driver behind was having issues.
That looks better.
Go back to the...
So replays are
Capano.
okay?
Go back to Capano. Yeah, look, Malloy is all over the place.
No, I don't know. I still feel like this is... Oh, it is just those two. What on earth's going on up there?
It looks like their ping's gone all crazy, because Malloy currently has 0 ping by the looks of it.
So it's not happening to Babby. Babby looks nice and smooth as he chases Keffert around. Malloy and
has 0 ping
Clapano,
and Capano has high ping.
they're hurting our eyes.
Babs passed Velasquez.
Yeah, that happened to... oh, wait, really?
No, he passed Petty Bridge before. That's what we replayed, but he's gone past Velasquez too.
Yeah,
Yep.
Velasquez
And
has
now he's
made
all
an
over the
error
back of
because-
Keffert as well. So we'll stay here because not only is this FPS a little bit higher quality than what we're seeing up the front. Babby's making moves. Is he going to come back and get in the top 10 here with a minute to go?
How far behind Morass are they?
10 seconds.
Yeah, Keffert 9.8 seconds behind Morass with that 5-second penalty. So this is about as much as he's going to be able to drag out of a dead horse. Beating this
Honda versus
stone.
Honda.
Honda versus Honda. Spot on. Keffert going to hold this defensive line. Babby's going to be asked to go around the outside. Keffert deep under brakes. Way too deep. Takes a whole heap of grass.
They were both deep.
Oh, behind.
That's Chad back there with...
Chan Velasquez, but Velasquez holds that P12 position.
So yeah, very good battle up there into the bus stop between Babby and Keffert. As you said, they both broke really deep. Has Babby got enough left in him?
Malloy's dropped a fair way back, now 3.4 seconds back.
Peach is on the last lap now, so we'll cross back to him shortly, but he's absolutely dominated this one. But this means that Babby does have one more lap after this one to have a crack at Keffert and try and get himself into the top 10, which would be a heroic effort.
Just quietly, it looks like we've got, Chris Taylor currently P3 Pro-Am.
That's a great drive from
P8
Christopher.
overall.
For sure. Especially, I think he was a part of the turn 1. We saw him
Yes, he
qualify
was.
very
He
well.
dropped back to P16 from memory. So here we go then. This is their last lap now with Keffert and Bab. Babby's
Got it.
right there.
I've got a suspicion Babby gets this done.
Oh, Keffert's got a tow from the blue flag.
But will it be enough though? Because Babby's really gaining. Really
Bit of
gaining.
Schumacher and Hackett about this.
This is the same as we saw last lap. Babby having to go around the outside. Keffert defending the inside. Keffert again breaks deeper of the two. This time makes all those apexes, and Babby not quite getting it done. And he's managed to save it, but that was almost a loss. He's almost held that straight into the fence.
Sneakers is finished.
But he's done well. Peach is out here doing donuts. Don't worry about that. Good stuff, mate. Too easy. What a win that was. 15 seconds clear of T-Mac and Clapano after, as you said, serving a 5-second penalty for that turn 1 incident. He finishes on the podium. Zach Malloy is P4. Cardillo, P5. Godfrey, Hignett. Christopher Taylor, as we said, with good recovery as well. Fab Morass, P9. James Kefford and Michael Babb are 10 and 11. It's not over yet, but you would suggest that he's a little bit far back now to get that move done as they come into the third sector. He's a fairly sizable chunk of road behind, so it will be Kefford in P10. A very nice race from him to grab that top 10 spot.
Yeah, really well executed. Great defending through the bus stop, even though it went deep, was able to force errors out of Bab when trying to go for moves, so it's really well done from the Honda driver. Velasquez
grabs the AM class victory from Chad Pethiebridge. Two BMWs finishing 12 and 13 overall. A very good effort from those two. And Rob Penfold, my apologies, grabs the AM Class P3. So he'll be pretty happy with that, I would suggest. P22 overall, not bad indeed. There is a Reese Penfold, is there not? Yeah, Reese is P33. There he is down there. Nice work, Peach. Excellent. Do I have to... Oh, I forget. See, what do I do now? Do I return to garage? And we just have a little look here at the timetables, and we see that it was indeed Peach P1 and T-Mac in P2. And Clapano P3 for the pros, and indeed overall. Go back to... Let me do what I was doing. Pro-Am. It was Chris Withers and Pass Maddox 2 and 3.
No, that's free practice to go back to race.
Pro-Am was indeed Malloy, Godfrey, and Taylor. Thank you, Alex. Why don't you just jump in here? Come to my house. Just come over and just do it for...
I mean, it's a few hours away. Maybe you should come to Rapanyup, although internet's not great.
It's not far away. I'll just come pick you up. AM Class, it was Velasquez, Pethy and Rad. Wish I could roll R's. That'd be cool. That would have been Rad. No, that was bad. Oh, dear. All right. Night race. Let's go. What's up next? We've got the Porsche Cup and the BMWs coming up next. What I'm going to try and do is take George's advice. He reckons there might be something to do with DLS and FSR. I'm sure I can get Mull to help me out as well. I'm going to try and improve the stream quality just a touch. Obviously, there's a few more pixels that we can add in. But in the meantime, I wonder if there's a little Be Right Back thing. No, there's probably not. I'll chuck on some tunes for you, beautiful people. We'll say goodbye to Alex Bowen and Tom Maloney. Thank you very much for joining me tonight and making me look good.
No, thank you.
And as I said, join us in probably no more than 7 minutes. We'll have a crack at the Porsche Cup and BMW Series. We shall return. Have an intro. Rightio. Let's very gently get back into it. Pulling these beautiful tunes down a little bit. And welcome to Alex and Sean. Hello, sirs. Are you there?
I sure am.
Excellent. All right, that's working. Okay. It's Alex Ivey and Sean Bubb now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to those fellas for filling in again, as we said. David McNulty, unfortunately, unable to join us tonight. Neil, of course, also previously disposed. And that Porsche was super sideways around there. If that's any indication as to what's coming up, that's going to be a lot of fun. A green track after we saw some rain in practice. The Porsche Cup cars out there qualifying at the moment. 8.5 minutes to go in that. And then we'll see the BMWs have a crack at their own qualifying session. Just for now, still continuing to play around with a few things. So Alex and Sean, feel free to pose any questions to Chad that you see. I see Chad's in chat. Great work, Chad. Very good PB finish from you. And to Peach as well. Excellent race win for you, my friend.
It's not a question. I'm just disappointed to see that the rain has actually finished. Certainly was looking forward to seeing these Porsche Cups and BMWs in the rain. Certainly after last season, the BMWs would have felt quite at home in the rain. I think about half the season was quite wet. But certainly the Porsche Cups will be very interesting.
So coming off the track, that I'm real grateful that it didn't rain during my Honda stint in Split Sunset. But it was good fun on the track, must admit.
Same again, chat. I need you to let me know if Sean's a little quiet or a little loud, or if Alex is a little quiet or a little loud. Still just playing with a few things here as we continue to watch Mr. Bush will go around in qualifying.
And watching Hamster here, my teammate for the Enduro, seeing what he can do in the Porsche Cup. If he's anything like he is in the Honda, I'm sure it'll be fairly rapid once he gets those tyres up to pressure.
But he is a pro driver after all.
Yes, he is. He got upgraded, I think, end of last season. Went from the Pro-Am up to Pro. Has been putting a lot of seat time in, getting that pace up in the last couple months. Must admit, been good to see.
Right, I've given Alex a little boost. Thank you for the feedback. Sean can stay where he is just for now. You continue. You are the mixers. You are the DJs. YouTube chat, because as I said, they all sound fine to me, but it's what comes through to you that is most important. So again, continue to mix. Sean and Alex will continue to speak, and you'll continue to guide me as I continue to fuck around with these settings. Goodness me, there's so much to do. Oh my goodness. All right.
Now that you're in the seat, you can see how much effort Mull does it, and probably almost second nature to him at this rate.
Yeah, and yeah, right. It's exactly second nature. He probably just does it with his eyes closed.
Second nature to Mull, meanwhile you're having a mental breakdown.
I am. I absolutely am. I'm flat out of tea too, which is a little disappointing, and there's not a lot I can do about that at this stage, but I've got a bottle of water here. I'll just sip on that for a little while.
I mean, we're in the US, so did they throw it into the harbour, or...?
The tea?
Tea.
Is that a Britain joke?
You don't know the Boston Tea Party?
I do. Hang on, wait, I do. That's to do with America becoming America when they didn't want to be Britain anymore, and Britain was like, here, have some taxes and stuff, and then they sent a bunch of British people over to like enforce the taxes and stuff, and then the like people who wanted to be American were like, nah, stuff you, and they jumped on their ship and they threw all their tea in the ocean.
It's a very gross simplification, but yeah, that works.
Did I get it right though? I don't know. I'm not a historian.
More or less.
I just had a crack at it. I'm pretty sure I got it right, but yes, very grossly oversimplified. My apologies.
I was going to say there, JC, you did far better than what I was going to say. I was going to say, yes, tea, thing, harbour. Yep, cool.
Yeah, no, the American Revolution. That's 1796, probably around there somewhere. Anyway, good stuff. Who else we got? Bushel's done a very nice lap that was P1, but I was talking about T, and now Kale's up there, and Samuel's up there, and Amanto's up there. So a couple of nice laps coming through for the Porsches. So far, 1:47.8 is the best lap so far. So they're around about 3 or 4 seconds slower than what we saw in the Sprint Series, which isn't too far off over the length of this track, which is nearly a 2-minute, well, it's not nearly a 2-minute track, but it's a longish track, and to have only 3 or 4 seconds difference mean those Porsches must be pretty strong in a straight line or somewhere.
They are. I mean, they have a fair amount of aero, not quite as much as a GT3 car, but speed-wise, I don't think they're all that different. So their overall pace is only just a little bit slower.
I haven't put much seat time in the old Porsche Cup myself, but they are very rapid in a straight line. I think the last time I did it was when they first dropped the DLC. We did a bit of shenanigans around Bathurst in the first opening couple of days, and yeah, they're not that far off the pace of the GT3s around there either, so a couple seconds back is not really surprising. They are just a bit of a handful with the no TC and that, which is quite fun to play with.
We were talking late on in the sprint split how calm and composed Babby looked with his hand inputs. I don't think we're going to see a lot of that in these Porsche Cup cars.
I'm glad you took my hand inputs during the race. They were horrible.
You got to be very busy with these cars, I think. So expect quite a few rapid movements, particularly if the rear gets loose, which tends to do in these cars.
Is there? Totally forgot my question. I've had a massive brain blank. What was my question going to be? What's the different? Something Peach was talking about before. The difference between the BMWs here and the Porsche Cup cars. How many laps do we expect? Where did he say it? He said something back here about a delta.
I think that you said it's about 18 seconds a lap slower.
So if that's 18 seconds a lap, so let's just use 20 because it's a round number and it's a minute 40 per lap. So does that make it like 7 laps or thereabouts? Maybe 8 laps.
Oh, speaking of inputs, look at that drift.
Hello.
Yeah. Well done, Perkins.
Mind you, he's still up on his previous best. He's lost a fair bit of time, but he's still 2 tenths up. So not the slowest corner we've seen, but probably not the ideal line there from Lee.
When in Tokyo, yeah, you drifted.
But I imagine it'll probably be 8 or 9 laps once you get up to race pace between them. And of course you count sort of the lap 1 shenanigans as well as the battles that always go on. It is good to see that we have quite a few BMWs out there, so it looks like 2 fairly decently strong fields for tonight.
Tell you what I want to see. Can we see the Delta? We should be able to, right? This is the broadcast one. What if I go over here? Can we see? Yeah, now we can see the Delta. Cool. All right.
He goes 7 tenths up on the lap, which
This is good for qualifying.
slowly dropping down, but still very nice 6 tenths up there, doing a 51.10.
Not sure if that even improved him though, wasn't he? P10.
He did not improve. He's still got about a 1.2 to 1.3 second gap to P9 there. As we switch to Himento here, or as we see a very dead Porsche in the centre of the track.
No, that's not. No, you can't park there.
It's not ideal, that's for sure.
Hey, I'm going to reach over to my rig here. Hope this doesn't break anything. I'm going to push
Say,
this
don't break it. Don't break it.
Oh, hang on. Wait. Yep. Oh,
He's
no,
doing well.
That's not really useful information, though, is it? It's 8 seconds behind. No, it doesn't really. Although we could have identified who that Porsche was on the side of the road back there a little bit better. But anyway, that's fine. Doesn't matter. I'm going to leave it here. That's much better. Himento, half a second up as he enters the final sector now. He's already P4. So any improvement here will see him shoot up a couple of spots, but a half-second improvement, that probably puts him P2.
That'd be close to P2. We'll see in about 2 seconds.
Keep pushing it.
P2.
There we go.
Nice one. Not very far in front of Stefan, though.
3/100ths of a second.
Stefan looking very nicely up there in P3. Who else is on a lap? I reckon Shady Samuel might be on a lap. He's about 3 or 4 tenths up. So we'll see how he goes as he comes into the last sector.
If he maintains his 3/4 tenths, he will actually jump into P2 if my math is not horrible.
Which it is not. I think you're about spot on there. That's a
That
very
drift
significant
went
drift there, though. That's
Nope.
cost him a lot of tenths.
And a second drift, but he's hold it. He's doing well. Keep the boot in it, son.
Just a lot of busy work in these cars.
Yeah, as you said, Alex, you're spot on. There's a lot of work to do. Actually, I think that was going to be my
Gaining a lot of
original
time
question.
through that corner.
Scan on! Yes, let's go. Hello, Eric. Good evening to you, sir.
Fortunately, lost a little bit on exit at last turn, but still gained a couple of tenths. Didn't get a Staying fourth, I believe.
What I was going to ask before I had this brain blank, was, is there a safe way to drive these cars? You say that there's a lot of input to make these cars go fast. Is there a safe way? Is there a low input way to get these cars around? Perhaps be a second a lap slower, but over the course of a race, is it a little bit safer? Is there a way to do it? Or you just have to fight these cars to get them around?
I think you just have to fight them, to be honest. You just got to
I'm not
be aware of
highly experienced with them, but from what I've seen, it's just in their nature to be a little bit twitchy. The lack of traction control is obviously a big factor in that, and the fact that you do have limited setup options, so the way it is, there's not too much to change, so it's just going to be that little bit skaty for you.
And as we've said in chat there, yeah, second gear from memory is absolute death. These things rev out real quick, and you tend to light up the rear end very easily, so yeah, you want to stay in the higher end of the upper gears, unfortunately.
So a bit of short shifting is the order of the day here in the Porsche Cup cars. Let's see if we can quickly flick back and have a look at qualifying for the Porsche Cup cars before we jump into the BMWs. Kale, the quickest, with a 47.8 and the fastest third sector. Hermanto with 0 purple sectors, managing to be consistent across all three. Gets himself up there in a P2 with a 48.1. And also with a 48.1 is Stefan Bachol. I love butchering that name. I love you, Stefan. 148.1 for that man as well. Shady Samuel P4 with the fastest middle sector in a 48.3. So
pointing that out, the top 6 there are only separated by a second, which is quite impressive, regardless.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely.
For a small field in a difficult car, that's really good to see.
Really close. Absolutely. So now it'll be the BMWs, led by Gibbo, who had a very good season last season in these cars, so he's probably got the most experience out of anyone I can see here. There'll be other drivers who did the BMW series last season, but that man will be the one to watch, I would suggest. But he'll be chased around by Peach, who'll be looking for another double win night. Well, he got a triple win night last week, but it'll be a double win night tonight if he can pull that off. What kind of
triple it last week? Jesus Christ!
Yeah, he got a triple win. He won race 1 and race 2 in the Sprint Series, and then won the BMW race as well. So
maybe I should have taken him out during the race.
He's having a lot of fun this season. Is the Peach Meister.
I must admit, saw him coming up as I was a blue flag, obviously at this point, because he's a rapid boy on the track, and teammate thought, yeah, I'll just yield coming into the bus stop, or way before bus stop. And just happened to be, I had really worn tyres at that point and hit the marbles, and my car squirmed right as he was side by side. Yeah, there was some panic stations here between the both of us.
What do you prefer, chase cam or far chase cam?
Far chase cam.
If you could only have one of these two cameras for the rest of your life, through all the vomit, which one would you choose?
Is this as a driver or as a commentator?
As a driver.
I'd probably choose to just stop driving.
That's actually fair. What's a G29 at Marketplace selling for these days?
But hey, didn't we used to play, think back to your early years, that's probably all we had, was it not, when you were playing Need for Speed 1 or something on the PlayStation 1, I don't know. I'm sure there would be games where these were the only angles available. What about Forza? Everyone seems to play Forza Horizon on chase cam, which is, differing to what they say, I usually drive in cockpit or I usually drive in bonnet, but when I'm playing Forza, I use chase cam. Why is that? There's something to that.
I think Forza's not that good of a sim.
Well, no, it's not a sim, though. It
depends on which Forza you're talking about.
I love
Forza Horizon.
I love playing Forza Horizon.
That you just go chase cam because it's just fun just to send those cars everywhere.
Bonnet cam, I want to like bonnet cam, and I know that a lot of our very, very fastest drivers use bonnet cam, so again, probably something to that as well. There might be a little extra. I mean, there's obviously a bigger field of view, that's for sure.
So you can sort of hit your markers a bit better. You can hit the apex slightly. I mean, I used to be a bonnet cam driver, but I kind of progressed my way into the cockpit just because I want that more, I guess, realism.
Well, for me, I kind of can't feel. No, you go, Alex, please.
I think the reason bonnet cam tends to be used by the quicker drivers, or tends to help people be a bit quicker, is We've just got a better view of where the car actually is on the track. So it makes it much easier to hit those apexes, much like the T-cam in the F1 games. Just makes it that little bit easier to see exactly where the car's positioned on the track to maximise each and every corner.
Yeah, I use T-cam religiously in F1, but I can't seem to get my head around. And I've tried it a couple of times, and I've given it a full 2-hour burst. It's not just been like 3 laps, where I've tried this bonnet cam and I just can't do it. It feels like a totally different car. The rear end feels looser. I don't feel like I can catch slides as well. I just don't have it in me to use bonnet cam in ACC.
Is T-cam the standard one in F1? I'm really new and green.
I believe it is these days, yeah.
Well then, yeah, that's very interesting because I've only just started mucking around on it, but I enjoy that view when it comes to the F1s, but I just can't do bonnet cam. Much like I can't do steering wheel when I'm driving this. I got to just have the dash in front of me.
Yeah, what about, okay, so you drive with a sim rig, yeah? Obviously, and you've got your hands in front of you on a wheel with your sim rig. Do you drive with, no, that's not it. No, that's not it either. That's it.
There you go, that's the one I'm using.
Yeah, so is this what you drive with? Because, I mean, I can't imagine driving with 2 sets of hands in front of my eyes. It absolutely makes my brain hurt to think about.
Yeah, I can't do that.
So I don't know if there's anyone out there who...
Go back.
If there's anyone out there who does this, I want a direct message from you, and I want to ask questions about your soul, because this makes me brain hurt a little. Have I ordered my VR headset yet? No, not yet. I'm being very patient. I believe I'll be asking the taxman very nicely for a generous return, and if that comes back, it may be that the tax return is spent on VR, but I'll have to ask Mrs. Minister of Finance very nicely. And if I get permission, that is exactly where it'll go, Diaboles, but no, not yet. Paul does.
Going back to the left, we are on board with Gibbo. He's 3/4 of a second up at the moment, doing very nicely and gains a bunch of time through the middle of this corner, but then loses it on exit. I must be giving him the old commentator curse, but still 7/10
It is one of those corners.
It is. I must admit, not a fan of it, even in the GT3s. Don't like the little bump on exit. Unsettles my car, makes me very scared. Comes through the last corner, gets a very good run, maintains his 8/10 up. This is going to jump him quite substantially up the board. Let's see where he lands.
E3.
Not bad, not bad. Not bad, good size. Page currently quickest. He's a very fast boy.
Can we give him back?
Gibbo 2/10 just through the first corner. 2.5.
Nice.
Yeah, there is
3.
something about Sector 1 here that if you nail turn 1, you either are on it the entire way down into the bus stop, because literally Sector 1 is just the first corner. But if you mess it up even, half a tyre width wider than that apex, you're 4/10 down. Doesn't matter what you do.
Just while I've got you here, this is a pineapple on pizza type contentious question. What do you think of this camera? Right? Not for driving, but for broadcast. So no one would drive with this cam. I'm sure this would be terrible to drive with. But what do you think of this camera in broadcast?
I think it's not bad, especially if it was in the battle between like a car ahead or something. You could see some interesting lines and how their hands are working.
But comparing it to real life broadcasting, it's your driver's eye point of view. The sort of thing you might see, like they do occasionally in F1, sort of similar. I don't mind it.
I also like it. It's about as far as I'd go. I wouldn't say that I love it, but I do like it. As I said, there's no way that I'd drive it. There's a couple... Rugrats saying that it makes him physically sick, so I'll help the poor bastard out and I'll turn it off.
We don't want the viewers to be ill while watching this. But as the big boss has said, real men use helicam.
No, and so this is, and then he's now said sickening Bennett. So yeah, Rugrats thinks it makes him literally physically sick, and Neil hates it. So we've had this discussion before. As I said, that's why it's a pineapple on pizza type discussion, because he can't stand it and he refuses to use it on broadcast. So I just wanted to get a little bit of a feel as to what other people thought of it, and I'm glad there's a couple of lovers, because I enjoy it. I think it looks nice. As I said, there's no way I'd drive with it, but I think it looks nice in a broadcast perspective. This is Peter Joseph, 1.7 seconds up at the moment, so I'm just going to stick with here for a little bit. But yeah, I don't think it's too bad. This makes more sense though. It doesn't throw your head from side to side. So I guess we'll stick with this, and we'll do what the great man asks, because he's watching us tonight, and we don't want him to be sick.
Based off of what he said, I guess you won't be broadcasting tomorrow night, so we will be.
You've had your chance, JC, and you've binned it. Well done.
No, as I said, I'm happy to follow orders and do as I'm told. That's fine. I was just getting a general feel, and I know who's the boss. Jan Tully's the boss. Marl's the boss.
It's right here. It is.
I don't think anyone's disagreeing.
Gibbo's another
I don't
3/10
think
up
I
here.
will disagree with that.
This is the same 3/10 he was up on when he got out of the last sector on the last lap. So he wants to try and consolidate this 3/10 here somewhere. I'm not sure. There's a corner there where he's clearly performed better, because there goes one of the 10ths.
Mal, please tell me there's no pineapple on that pizza you're eating.
Eating pizza.
It's
and
just pineapple on that pizza.
It's just all pineapple.
He was talking before about the pizza that he's got. Pizza here in Melbourne, very good. Pizza and coffee, we do very well here. So I'm glad that he's sampling the wares. Gibbo sent it in there, and he gained a bunch on entry, but then sort of lost it on exit as well, which is what you expect from these cars. They are very line and length dependent. You can't really rescue these cars with a burst of power from the Honda or a burst of brakes from the Porsche. It's very much get your line and length right and be as smooth as possible. Anything you gain on entry, you can lose on exit. He's probably going to improve here, but I don't think it's going to be enough to pitch P1, certainly. Maybe not even P2.
Yeah, I say it needs to be a few more tenths up to nab Herod for P2 there, but still gains a little bit of time.
Neil's having pizza on pineapple.
You know what, Mal? I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest.
Peach improved right there at the very end too. He slapped another couple of tenths on the end of that, so very nice, strong pole position there from Peach. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was 6 tenths clear of anyone else. I'm not going to go to return to garage and view the timetable apparently, so I can't tell you how exactly far he was in front, but it was a fair margin. So Peach looking very strong here again. Gibbo up there in P3 and Herod in P2 are your BMW 1, 2, 3 qualifiers.
Very interesting.
Yep.
Within the next 30 minutes, it will start raining.
Ooh.
So we will have some rain in this race.
Yes, we will. Hang on. Why don't I see that? Is it because I'm not in broadcasting? It is. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. So the track not only starting in a fast condition, which is not obviously optimum, so that'll be interesting. I don't know how much these guys practice the Porsche and BMW Cup, but any of them who have practiced, it's straight out the window and you've got a fast track followed by rain. So, yeah, well spotted.
The good thing about the BMWs, they do not care about the rain. They might understeer a bit more, but they're still pretty fine in the rain. I think it'll be the Porsches that we see struggling the most when it hits, and depending on how much rain there actually is. If we don't get enough rain to switch over to the wet tyres, I think that will make things a bit tricky for them in those greasy conditions.
Yeah, and as we were saying before, I think you said, about 9 laps difference. If the rain does come, you might find that 9 lap doesn't actually happen.
Yep.
Because the Porsches might be sliding. Oh, we're missing a Porsche.
Yep. Hello? Hello?
The invisible
A
Porsche.
car.
Okay, look, so I know that qualifying has, see how the board's all jumbled up, so there'll be a manual setting of the grid by the race director. I don't know if that's got anything to do with this missing car. Is there someone in the pits?
Wouldn't do.
No?
No one in the pit, so it might have just been a drop connection.
Maybe someone's disconnected. Hopefully they get back in the next 50 seconds and they're able to take their place on the grid. But yeah, the Porsche Cups will be called through first. They will head down to turn 1 and line themselves up, and then we'll have the BMWs follow them, and then we'll do our formation laps. So,
just to be corrected, and as Muller just pointed out, then it's actually rain predicted in the next 10 to 30 minutes.
Something else that I've
anything else.
just noticed come up at the 30-minute mark. It's already changed to heavy rain or medium rain.
Nice, it's
So
changing
it's going to be
as
a
we
proper
speak.
shower.
Yeah.
Spicy, or
So-
maybe not spicy at Watkins, depending in.
Tell you what else I can see in P18 is Janetta Weatherburn. He's forgot
Good
to change
old
his bloody
Janetta.
name again. So, yeah, no secret who's driving this car this evening. That is our friend Jacob Weatherburn, Yoda Man. Off he goes in his Janetta. Janetta Weatherburn. And then we'll see the Porsche Cup cars line up behind him. So, predictions. Page going to run away with this one for the BMWs. Pretty straightforward prediction. Not a lot of risk for that. Anything else? Not really spotting anyone in particular who I want to see a surprise from tonight. I'll tell you what I do want to see is a clean start from the BMWs, because the Porsches won't be clean. When the Porsches get to... Hey.
To the 200 meter board?
I've been hijacked. What is this? What's happening? I'm not doing this. Oh, it's because I'm not on free cam again. I did that again. I pressed the right. That was creepy.
Well done.
No, honestly, I wasn't touching anything. I took my hand off the mouse and keyboard and the camera was moving. And then I thought Mull had taken control. And then I remembered that he was eating pizza in Melbourne. And then I was like, well, it's Mull. He probably still can do that. He's probably like on his phone controlling the camera. And then I was freaking out because that wasn't possible.
I was just going to say, the only way he can do that is if he's got access to your connection. Or does he?
Mull is just sitting in Melbourne using magic at this very point in time.
He's out the front of my house on the Wi-Fi. He's just tapped in. I'll tell you what I do like being is the helicopter. I'm the helicopter. Hey, have we... You know how you can go to... I think it's Imola, right? And in Imola, you can look in the mirror. And is it Imola? Where you look in the mirror and there's some guy taking a photo. Is that Imola? No.
Yes, it is Imola, and I think it's the... Oh, no, it was Zolder.
Someone remind me what track it is. But you know what I'm talking about, yeah? You're on the start.
Yeah, it's got the guy with the camera and all that kind of stuff.
So that's an Easter egg that Kunos have put in. Have we found any Easter eggs for the American tracks yet?
Didn't know there would be any.
Well, I assume that there's Easter eggs at like most tracks because, Kunos play funny buggers. What's going on in the middle here? A couple of American camper vans. That makes sense. There's a nice little... What is this? A toilet stall? What is this? What is this? That is a tent kind of on top of a... What is happening here? There's not even any doors. What is this?
There was one at the front. You missed the door at the front.
Did I?
Yeah, underneath the pole there. There you go.
It's a... What is this? A door for ants? Oh, no, it's about people-sized. All right, never mind.
Are you okay, JC?
I don't know. Look, it's been a long day, and I'm...
He's finished his mental breakdown and he's just gone now.
Where are the cars? Am I going to miss the start? Oh, my God.
Wrong corner, mate. Coming into the third last corner.
Let me just click on Janetta Weatherburn. See how he's going. Yep, he's just cruising around nicely, so I didn't miss anything. Goodness me.
I think Mull is questioning why he gave you privileges.
I'm starting to fray at the edges, Mull. I'm starting to fray at the edges. This is so hard. I keep going on about it.
I think the frayed edges are starting to fray now.
I keep going on about it, how much there is to do. My brain is severely overworked. Credit to me, I had a very long day at work, but that's no excuse for... Like, that man has a very long day at work every friggin' day running OOR, so... No keyboard Janetta. No, it's Jake. It's Janetta Weatherburn. Who was in the Janetta last week with a keyboard? That was horrible. Anyway, he pulls away now. And it'll be Ethan
this
Cale,
pit entry's hard to get.
who leads us away. I believe they've all sorted themselves out now into their qualifying order, so it is Hamato and Bachtold who will be 1, 2, 3 for the Porsches, and Senecas, Herod and Gibbons as discussed for the BMWs. But I called race 1 and I got a sneaky little curse in there for the bad man. I'll leave this up to one of you two. Don't fight over it. Let's go. Porsche Cup, BMWs, take it away.
Go for it, Alex.
Well, I guess it's up to me then. So coming up to the line, just waiting for that green flag to drop, and they're off. They're keeping it relatively not 4 wide, which is disappointing. Nice and easy into the first corner. We can see the BMWs being a little bit more feisty, it looks like, wanting to go side by side as you can do in those cars. And now on the nice long run up to the bus stop, where we'll probably see a bit of chaos if the last split is anything to go by. All going single file, and there's the curse from Sean already.
Yeah, look, if we're going to do the job, we're going to do it properly.
No, it's all very tidy so far.
It looks like they have sorted themselves out single file.
I expected the Porsches to have died in the bus stop. That was where I expected the carnage. So when we got there, that was where I wanted my camera pointed, and it was there, and they were all good. I was sort of hoping a BMW would just cruise on by and give a little wave to a Porsche, but no, it's all clear and crystal. It's great. It's great. Well, look at them go. So,
Yeah, they're
Cale,
definitely showing up the split yellow guys, or split sunset, I should say. I need to get those names correct for futures. Yeah, so far so good. Everyone, yeah, you know who it is. But they're all in the straight and narrow at the moment. But you know, now they'll be getting that used to the tyre pressures, hopefully getting that heat happening, getting those brakes testing. As we see a little bit of a dive, but no, keeps it nice and tight.
Looking at the track map, there is a Porsche that has dropped off the back of the rest of the Porsche field. Sitting between the Porsches and the BMWs at the moment, so they've obviously had a bit of a moment somewhere.
I believe that's Hudson that may have had that moment, which is car 67. We cycle through some into the Beamers here. You see JP leading him at the moment, followed by Herod and Wittner. I think that may have been the way they
lost a
started.
place off the start.
yeah, Gibbo's dropped from 3rd to 4th for the BMWs. Ventnor's done a nice little bit of God's work there and plonks him up into P3. Bednars, that's a new one. Hello, Zachary. That's one I haven't heard before. Slow Boy Co. Well, he's not too slow. Doing here in the midfield in the BMWs, that's not too bad. Nice work. Back up the front, Ethan Cale leads us away for lap 1. Nice work from him. Great start. Great qualifying. Looking very strong. Amato and Bechtold 2 and 3. Johnson and Shady Samuels all over the back of Johnson.
Oh, that was a lot of curb there by Johnson, unfortunately. Samuel will definitely be having a bit of a peak, possibly up on the inside here, depending on his exit. All gets a little bit wide.
The Porsches get airborne over that curve. That sounds amazing when they just hit the limiter a little bit.
Ooh. I've done that in the GT3s and end up in the wall there, so very lucky to keep that under control.
Yeah, Diabol's calling it right there. I totally agree, Diabol's. No, put it back. Don't message Ben message retracted Curtis. Goodness gracious. It was a spot on call. They absolutely sound beautiful. And he's gone and retracted his message.
In the background, we had one of the BMWs, car 7, looping it through the bus stop a bit earlier.
Oh no, that's Peter Joseph. Lucky for him.
Long race ahead, still got 40 odd minutes to go, so you never know what's going to happen.
With rain on the way as well.
Yeah, he didn't lose out too much. He's hanging on. He's alright.
Speaking of the rain, we can see that it will be easing, so it could be a short, sharp, heavy shower and gone.
Don't worry, Chad, I have the
saying
same
medium
problem.
rain in 30 minutes.
It's not just with the word Porsche either. There's many times I look at the spelling of words and I'm sure that's spelled wrong, but
Many
the brain,
words are hard.
the English language is absolutely just rubbish at the best
Still,
of
I'd
times.
rather
I mean-
English than Chinese though. Goodness gracious.
To be fair, Porsche isn't actually English, so...
Babby! Hello, mate. Excellent recovery drive from you, mate. We were all very sad. We saw it all live for turn 1 and couldn't have happened to a better bloke, but your recovery drive was excellent. Very nice work from you. So enjoy watching that one back. A couple of nice passes. A couple of excellent manoeuvres.
He did a fantastic job there. Unfortunate what happened to him in turn 1, but shows that once you head down and get out of traffic a little bit, you can actually get some decent results for recovery drives. As we see McDonald here trying to go on Perkins. Oh, we see a Beamer slide through bus stop. That was nicely controlled by Herod.
And Vinton has popped himself into P2 now, so I think started 4th, now up to 2nd. Can he chase down JP? Probably not.
The problem with chasing someone down is now that he's stuck in a bit of a defensive battle here with Wittner and Herod, with Gibbo being ever lurking, you're just naturally going to be that little bit slower per lap because you're constantly in your mirrors. As I
See
believe
a couple
I
of
saw
Porsches round in
Yeah.
the third last
Yeah.
corner.
I've had a bit of an oopsies.
Let's have a look and see what happened here. This is Lee Perkins.
Oh, a bit of sadness. Hits the inside curb, bounces off and just taps around the Porsche. Unfortunate.
Looks like he considered redressing it there too, but then thought better of it. Nice.
When it's like that, there's not really much point in redressing it.
Yeah, of course.
If you are at fault, you will be getting a penalty anyway, and all you're doing is making the situation a bit worse.
Nice rejoin there from Lee too. He was patient, waited for a couple of cars to go by before pulling the handbrake on and getting the nice little 180 happening. So,
Old flick turn.
yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it doesn't need the handbrake though in these cars. Remember, no TC, you just plant it. Gibbo's on a bit of a defensive line here into turn 1 to stop Herod. He's got Herod somewhere in the last few corners.
Yep.
Herod might have the better exit here.
I always find it interesting flicking between the Porsches and the BMWs. The Porsches look so feisty and fast and out of control, and then these BMWs are just calm and composed, and you just want to slow down the way you commentate when you speak about them because they're just so gentle. But then if we stay on board with these BMWs for a lap or two, they will look a lot faster than they appear because, especially for the drivers as well, they're having a ball. They are great to race. The side-by-side battling that's possible in these is extremely fun. So we'll stay on board just for a little bit. You think, oh, these BMWs are great, but then you just jump on the board with the Porsches and they're polar opposites.
Yeah, it does get that way. I think I've only had a couple races in these. Oh, we see a bit of a...
McNeil, hello,
Yeah,
just
McNeil's
come out of
going, how you
nowhere.
doing?
Hello.
I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very ambitious little work. Can we get a replay of that? Why not?
Yeah, as you can see, Herod goes really wide out into those marbles and just misses out on that inside line and the traction you get from it. And we just see that he goes, thank you very much for that nice overtake. And then
Beautiful.
even tries a second one on Gibbo, but there's not enough room there.
Kind of just moved over to defend the inside line and consolidate his move and did nicely. So he hangs on to it. Nice work from Austin McNeil. Beautiful.
Unfortunately for Herod, it means he's dropped from 2nd to 5th in the BMWs.
Well, that was an ambitious little entry there by Johnston into the bus stop. Looked a bit sideways, to be honest.
I think he was defending the inside line. Shady had got a good exit from turn 1 and was only sort of half a tenth down up the straight. And again, Shady looking like the quicker driver, sending it down the inside there on Carlos and getting that one done. So
I believe he also airborne and on the grass at the side-by-side moment there, but that looked impressive regardless.
you don't get a lot of traction when you're airborne on the grass.
Traction?
Not a lot of grip out there.
Do you need
interesting.
traction when you're a plane?
Well, when you're landing or taking off, I guess.
You can worry about that in 36 minutes. At the moment, he just needs to fly.
But speaking of the end of the race, according to the weather report, it will be a dry end to the
Oh,
race.
come
So,
on. Why you got to do
We're
this to
going to
us?
have a patch of rain at some point,
I know that
but it's
Bender's
not going to
suffering.
go for a long time.
I hope he recovers soon, but I mean, we still need our rain dance. Come on, Bender.
I thought it was going to get straight moisty, but no, you're right. We're probably just going to get a little burst, hardly a sprinkle, maybe enough just to make it slippery, so it will be super, but obviously nowhere near enough for a change of strategy or some wet tyres or any of that sort of garbage. It'll just be very slippery for 5-10 minutes. And
Depends
I don't
on how
even think
heavily it
it's that.
comes down and how long for. Because I think it'll be at least 10 minutes based off of what we've seen with the forecast sitting there.
Yeah, just looking like it a bit cloudy, and that's about it. But we'll see in the next 10 minutes or so if anything changes. Looks like McNeil's
And we
here.
see
Oh, sorry, you go right?
a 10-second penalty for car 8. So that's McDonald. Oh, I'm guessing for that little move a few laps ago that we had a look at the replay for.
that was the one where Lee got spun around. So Lee finds himself at the back of the Porsche pack. McDonald finding himself with a 10-second penalty for that incident. Page is already 6.5 seconds up the road in the lead of the BMWs. Kale doing very nicely 3 seconds up the road from Beckfold, who's gone up into P2. So, good first 10 minutes from both fields. There's a couple of interesting battles that have started to develop in the BMWs especially, but Porsche Cup cars have traded places a couple of times. I think that's more due to mistakes than battles, though. That's McNeil getting all sorts of crossed up, but a save of all saves. He's done well to hang on to that one. He would have been white-knuckling and gritting the teeth a little bit there, I think.
Yeah, brown flag moment for sure, but no, I think these BMWs are a bit more lenient. If that had happened in a GT3, there would have been much sadness. So well done on catching that, McNeil. And back on focus now. Track down Gibbo and see what you can do. I'm not sure if Peach is actually on anything other than just being an old man that likes to sim race like the rest of us. But yeah, he is absolutely rapid in most cars that he gets into, so the boys are going to have to think of something to try and catch him, unfortunately. But at the moment, being almost 8 seconds in the clear, he's probably just enjoying his time.
I think GM makes an astute point, though. I reckon he's quicker this season than he's ever been. I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm inflating his ego, John. It's happening. It's happening. He's got the best dad jokes in the game, and they have improved. But I reckon his racing's improved too. I reckon his pace has improved, and it feels like he's just chilled out a little bit this season. He's got an extra special vibe happening, where he's a bit calmer behind the wheel sometimes. I don't know. I just feel like he's a bit quicker. He's dominating every race he's in.
I did try and catch him at some point today, but no. different category of speed between myself and Peach.
Where is the great man? He hasn't been on camera all night. Let's just bloody follow him around for a little bit. He looks bloody good in that purple livery, by the way, which is reminiscent of the Kovacs purple livery. We were talking about custom liveries before. We're all very excited for that. How good's Barney the dinosaur?
It is an interesting livery, that's for sure.
Barney the dinosaur. Oh my goodness. On the side of the Kovacs purple entry. That's going to be in the Watkins 10 hour coming up, not this weekend, but the next weekend. Custom liveries enabled. All very exciting. I'll tell you why I'm excited about custom liveries too as a commentator, is you're able to literally pick out the cars and say, I know who that is. I think that's going to be exciting for the commentators.
Have you got
some of them? I'm very excited.
Well, both you boys got customs, haven't you, or no?
Yes, I put the Stop Go 31 together myself.
So 2.610, that's a door bang! That could have been worse, actually. Both cars look like they got away with it. Let's have a little cheeky replay of that one.
I was convinced we were going to see just two cars pinging off into the barriers.
I think the red Porsche comes off second best here, and it may hit the inside wall, possibly.
Yeah.
That could have been a lot worse.
I think you're right. I think Amato probably has a little bit of damage from that, but no. Oh, why does this happen?
That's a white screen.
Ow.
Yeah, sorry. That happens after our replay. I don't know why it does that. I'll try and be more... yeah, I don't know. Hey, look, it's chase cam. We love chase cam. Do we? Shady Samuel up into P3 now. Half a second behind Stefan Bachtold, who's up there in car 79. I'll tell you what, Ethan Cale has streaked away. He's got his handle on this Porsche Cup car, has Ethan Cale. He's looking very nice. 6 seconds clear of anyone else.
And we're at that point in the race where the Porsches have finally started to catch these Beamers, and now they've got to deal with some traffic. But as we all know, the GT4s don't have to get off the racing line. They are the slower class. The Porsches have to find their way around it in a safe manner, as they do quite nicely down the front straight here.
For those that aren't aware, a rule that is in place for this track with the multi-class is the Porsches are not allowed to overtake the BMWs into the bus stop. As we've probably seen previously, it's generally single file through there unless you want to die. So,
yeah, I died.
The race director has decided that it will be single file through there, even if you have a very slow car in front.
Well, as Chad has pointed out, heavy rain in 10 minutes. Look out.
Yep, it's coming. Prepare yourselves.
Spicy race we want.
It's not going to be a long burst of rain, but it's going to be a burst nonetheless. This is all very interesting. I love watching all these Porsche Cup cars having to navigate the BMWs safely. This is what I love, mixed class race. Oh! Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Oh, you've done well!
Oh my god!
Almost 3 deaths in one corner there.
So that's Hamato chasing after Bachtold and Samuel. Bachtold and Samuel came together as they passed, I believe it was Gibbo in the BMW, and Hamato was watching on and almost got a little spooked by the contact he saw in front of him, and also was passing Gibbo at the same time. What a chaotic little turn of events that was. It all just got through safely, but goodness me. I love mixed class racing.
It's so good.
Good stuff.
This is what makes it fantastic to watch.
Yeah, no, that was awesome.
The last time we did,
Sim or real life, it's just fantastic to see the faster cars having to just pick their way through, just getting that ebb and flow. Sometimes for a few laps you get the traffic well and can put a gap on the car behind, then a few more laps you get all the blue flags in all the wrong places, the car behind catches you massively.
Oh, here we go, John's having a good little sneak peek.
Yeah, again, same thing, Klomp. Maybe just getting a little bit caught on the apex by the BMW that he was trying to lap, and Johnson took a very nice advantage and got one done. Nice one, Carlos. So he goes up into P6, Klomp down to P7. Klomp not done yet, though. He got a pretty good exit there at a turn. Whoop, never mind.
Or a bit squirmy.
It was a good exit until it wasn't.
That's always the way. Yeah, I've nailed this corner. No, I haven't, and it's ruined. And next thing you're no, I got it this time. Oh, that's Samuel. That's not how you're meant to do bus stop, but what on navigating the barriers there.
So it looks like that's Peach is going around. Peach obviously in lead of the BMWs. And then down into the bus stop. Late on, or very late on the brakes. And you know what? Did the right thing there. And took the evasive route and did it nicely. So as clean as it could have been.
You see someone
exactly what we
spun
like to see
around
with that.
in the bus stop exit there. I think car 71. They've had a bit of an oops. Embryo.
Mike Reel in the dumpling house entry. Let's flick back and see what happened to him. Just getting a little sideways out the exit of bus stop. Pretty straightforward kind of stuff.
I think the lack of TC just not helping him out there.
Yep.
I did something similar in tonight's race myself, just that I was about 100 metres before that.
Mike Reel also very
And you
capable
can't use the
with the
TC
180 turn.
excuse.
No, I couldn't use the TC excuse. Mine was I decided to turn my Honda into a plane for a second, and it landed really badly.
I don't think they're designed for that somehow.
No, look, I know they got wings and aero and that, but I guess, car, plane.
Yes, Diabolza, we were just discussing the BMWs. Oh, no, hang on, sorry, I've misread your comment. The BMWs aren't supposed to jump out. Am I wrong in saying that? The BMWs are supposed to hold the racing line, are they not?
They are, but obviously when it comes down to like we saw Peach before, coming into the bus stop, sometimes it's better if the BMW does move across because the Porsches can follow the race line faster and get through the bus stop quicker. That just could be, Peach having that racecraft in his mind, getting out the way, making it easier for the Porsches and staying out of debt himself. But yes, they do not have to yield off racing line. The Porsches have to find the way around them themselves.
So I guess the BMW is just jumping out the way because they're nice people.
Pretty much.
Speaking of nice people, Shady. Whoa, I was going to say he's putting pressure on Hermanto. What a drift. And it looks like he lost no time to Hermanto in doing so. He was sideways around the corner and he lost maybe half a tenth.
Give that. He's gained a hell of a lot of time on the exit of that corner. Might have a sneaky peek here.
This would be a terrible corner to attempt an overtake, though. It's off camber, it's uphill, it's not
Oh,
a
he's
wide
trying it, though.
corner.
Fantastic racing by these two guys.
It really is. Amato defending well. Shady's clearly got the pace to make a move here at some point, so we'll stick around here just for a little bit longer.
Fantastic driving by both those guys there for those last 3-4 corners. And the rain is still incoming, gentlemen. Somewhere between now and 10 minutes, the rain will arrive. Gonna keep following Samuel here as he comes up through the S's. Would you pass these as S's? I'm not sure. A glorified turn, I guess, when you're still full throttle, but
They feel fast in the car, though. They feel that you feel on edge.
do, but there's very little input. But he's done well here to close the gap up to Hermanto again. Might see if he can get a cheeky good exit here through, I think this is called the carousel if I'm not mistaken.
It's a corner, I know that much.
That corner. Oh, Hemento's gone wide. Definitely Samuel's going to have a sneaky peek here. Definitely got the better exit of the two, but still don't think he's quite close enough to stick the nose in.
That's
as
raining.
We are watching the rain.
It is raining. You can see moisture.
Light rain. The track has already dropped down to fast, and we've got heavy rain incoming in the next 10 minutes.
So we can see it will be persisting for at least 10 minutes.
And it's getting heavier too.
Creates some very interesting conditions.
It's getting heavier again. We got our wish. We got what we wanted. So I don't know. Now is this wet tyre weather? If it gets worse, it's already back to greasy. The Porsche Cup cars are bloody terrible with no traction control on a dry track. Is this worth going into the pits now and chucking on wet tyres? Everyone obviously has a mandatory pit stop to do. Do you chuck on the wet tyres and then drive the wet tyres until they explode,
both
hope
come
that
in
it doesn't
for
get
wet.
dry?
Both these guys have entered the pits. I dare say you're going for those wet tyres. Oh, that's cheeky, but they've both pulled up before the line.
Is that allowed? If one car
That
brakes
is allowed.
too early, like, can you overtake them as long as you don't speed in the pit lane kind of thing?
You're still entitled to the track position if they've gone early.
Yeah, cool.
Definitely gain track.
Let's go.
Just most pit entries, just you would not have enough space to do that without going off the track, so to speak. So you would then have to give up position.
Some drivers staying out here. Big balls play if that's not...
We can already see in 10 minutes the rain starts to ease off again. Looks like it's going to be just over 10 minutes worth of rain.
The question is, do you double driving on ice for 10 minutes? Dry your tyres, then come back out with a fresh set? Then
Bearing in mind you've
powered rain.
already done over 20 minutes on your current set of tyres, so you wouldn't want to be out here for too much longer regardless of if you're going on to wets or dries.
I mean, there is always the argument that the greasy track might hang around for quite some time after that 10-minute window. So maybe wets are the better option, because even if they do come off a little bit or they do get a bit hot, you can still drive with very overpressured and hot tyres.
So what we're looking at is, at best, with 10 minutes to go, is when it will stop raining, and obviously the track won't dry up instantly, particularly if we get a period of heavier rain. So I think wet tyres are probably the way to go. That's what I would likely be doing. We can see they're already struggling. They are just tiptoeing around.
Oh, Shady's got himself a drive-through. How's he managed that?
He did not engage the pit limiter before the line, I noticed that, so he would have gone over in the pit lane.
No, there goes his
Lucky
race.
for him, that will be converted to a 10-second penalty, so it's not as bad as the drive-through, but it's still not good for your race. That's
I
for
should
sure.
probably know that, shouldn't
Come on, JC.
Sorry,
You've done
again.
sprints
I've
on
only
it.
done it for ages.
I? Yeah, my bad.
Speeding in pits, and that is always converted to a 10-second penalty.
I was like, drive-throughs, they're rare. Well, there's a reason they're rare.
It's the track limits that we don't convert.
That's right, yeah. Alright, in comes T-Mac. Clomp as well. They've had enough.
Yep, they're sick of the no TC with
And the
slicks
track
and
is
wet.
now damp.
Yep. Hey. Okay. How do I see tyre? How do I do this? Is this going?
Keep going, keep cycling.
Okay,
Different
that's
one. I think you need to
Hang on.
you need to cycle through the MFD.
I
I
got
think.
you. I got you. I got you. Let's go to this one. Okay, wet tyres for Manto. And then I guess I could just like shift through the drivers and see that Bush is also on wets and
We've
Recuse
still got to dry.
dries, but he hasn't pitted yet.
So with Beamer, they don't really care about the wet.
Perkins is pitted and he's on dries. That's not ideal. I don't
He
know if
pitted
it's-
earlier before the rain came in.
Was it before the pit window opened? That's a
No, it was
green
during the
sticker.
pit window.
So yeah, okay.
But yeah, it was before the rain started coming down.
What's the wet
See,
tyres here for these
79.
boys?
That's Stefan getting a 10-second penalty for causing a collision.
It's Real making his way past McNeil. Looks like most of the drivers are on wet tyres. Bednars is on the dries in the BMW.
And he has made his stop, so
Yes.
he might be committing to that dry tyre strategy.
What's happened to Joseph? Oh, what's happened to Joseph? I swear I just saw Mr. Joseph on the side of the road. And now he's back in the pits. He has returned to pits. Let's see what happened 30 seconds ago to Mr. Joseph Man. And
That's not a nice looking front end.
it's already not nice looking, and now it's much
And
worse
it's just gone
looking.
straight on.
Oh, no. So that is why he has returned to pits. That's an unfortunate end to that BMW. Unlucky
I
Pete.
think the car just gave up in the wet and decided it didn't want to be a car anymore. Either that or he did try to put the indicator on. And obviously being a BMW, that's not gone well.
Carlos was the last of the front runners to pit, so in he comes now. We assume he will chuck on some wet tyres. It is still Ethan Cale leading the way at this stage. He's going to come around the final bend now on his wet tyres. 18 minutes to go. Looking pretty comfortable up the front. Let's flip that over to broadcast. Hey, FPS has died again. I told you it wasn't those cars. It is something to do. Now I can't watch Ethan for the rest of the race, by the look of that. I don't know what that is. Interesting little glitch there. Because, yeah, that's not Ethan. That's anyway. Okay, I understand. We can't watch Ethan for the rest of the race now. That's a bit sad.
Chad rightly points out rain stops in 10 minutes.
Uh-oh. Now I can't watch Stefan. What's that?
But we have a fully wet track.
Well, that is an interesting touring car there.
Yeah, this is what happened last... You know what? I'm just going to bite the bullet. Bear with me, chat. Hang on with me. We're just going to try and rejoin the server and see if that fixes anything.
And there's been a huge pile-up. All the cars are involved.
Every car has been involved.
Every single one of them has crashed.
Everyone's sideways in the bus stop and is now
That's
a
better.
car park.
Show them where you go.
Oh, nice recovery there, Jason.
Yeah, I thought better to just bite the bullet. Because as I said, that happened in the last race and people were like, nah, it's just that guy lagging. I'm like, no. I'm pretty sure that's not lag. That seems like an FPS bug on my end. So I thought we'll just try and reset it. See how that goes. Bang. Fixed. Solved.
The
Bang,
old,
the dirt is
did you
gone.
turn it on and off again?
I just turned it on and off again.
That was 30 minutes off, but yeah, you done it off and on. Well done.
But no, that is a little bit of an issue. So we'll have to work out why that is for future broadcasts. If indeed I am to broadcast ACC again. I tell you what, I would like to broadcast ACC in the future, if only to give Mull the chance to race again. Which is why I so willingly took the reins of the F1 series, so that he can race in that, give him the Sunday night off. But if we can get him racing ACC again, dong expand.
It would be good to see Mole back in track in the GT3s. And about 10-15 seconds ago I saw that there was a bit of an issue, possibly from car 71 in turn 2. I saw a bit of a yellow there, but not really sure what might have happened. I know there was a couple of Porsches involved, that's all I know.
I certainly think those that risked it on the dries now are probably regretting that. The track is fully wet, and I don't see it drying up to fully dry by the end of the race, or if it does, it'll be in the last lap or two. And I think the wets would have been the right call. And I believe most of the drivers did realise that. So there'd just be a couple still out on the dries, but they'd be suffering right now, I think.
Yeah, I think you've probably hit the nail on the head there. These boys definitely be appreciating the wet tyres rather than the dry. Oh, as we see Amster having a bit of a moment.
It's just understeering, and then the Porsche likes to oversteer at the same time. And that's just never fun to deal with.
Is that maybe... Now I've got no timing board, yeah? But like we can't see the times and the intervals on the left.
Yeah, you got to cycle through your thing again.
Nope.
Not that one, not the MFT button as well
okay,
as the other one.
Back over to my rig.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
Let's go. Bob now to the rescue. Nice work. All right.
I'm here for you, mate. I'm here for you.
Everyone's been here for it tonight. Alex covered for me in the first race too. She was very nice and helping me sort out the buttons and whatnot. And you two have been amazing here. It's a team effort here in Octane Online Racing tonight. I tell you what, who else has been really good tonight is Chat. Chat has been with us every step of the way, so I appreciate you, Chat. I always appreciate Chat, but more so tonight.
That's
Right.
actually an interesting question from Chad there. What is Mole's car of choice in ACC?
Ooh,
I think from memory, I mean, it could have changed from a long time, yeah, but he was a fan of the Bentley.
I know he's driven the boat and I think the Aston a bit. From memory, it has been a while, unfortunately.
It's been many moons since I've seen Mullen GT3. But yeah, that was, I think, even prior to him getting his new wheel and that, so God, I'm talking at least a year.
Has been in some time. I think I remember the last time he raced was when I stepped up to be a race director early on, so a year and a half ago, maybe a bit more. At least last time I remember.
What about you, JC? You got any insider knowledge on Mull's car of choice?
No, haven't the slightest. I haven't seen him race ACC. I'm only new to OOR, don't forget. I've only been here 18 months, and I don't reckon I've seen him race ACC. At least not in a competitive sense. He's obviously been a part of a few, you know, kind of like charity races and support races and that kind of stuff. But no, I don't know what his car of choice would be. And honest to God, like, there's been that many patches since he's raced competitively. Maybe he doesn't even freaking know. Look, what I'm going to do, this is a pretty spicy little battle here, really, between, I think it's McNeil, Vintner, and Gibbons. I do need to depart for 47 seconds, alright? You can even count them. I'll be back in 47 seconds.
Stop, watch out, chat.
Oddly specific.
Sure, we're timing this. If he's not back in 47, he owes everyone an OOR stubby holder.
It does give me a chance to actually come up with what Mull's favourite car or go-to car would be in ACC, and it would have to be the Jag, surely.
Oh, the Jag.
The Jag.
The Jag. Yeah, I haven't actually put in time into the Jag, but I know it's a rocket in the straight line. But, yeah.
Wait, it's a rocket in the corners too, straight into the wall.
Well, yes. They did do the send-off in, 2 seasons ago, when the Jag was in the Sprint Series. They didn't end up doing the send-off into the wall at the end of the season.
In 47 seconds now.
Oh, well, JC's binned it. Yep, game over. JC loses out. Everyone give him shit.
So, we need a new broadcaster then, so if anybody knows someone who's going.
12:14 was the deadline, and I was no way near it. I've consumed a lot of water and tea since I got home, so apparently I was a little bit longer than 47 seconds. Sack, that's it, get rid of him.
In the doghouse you go, mate.
Oh, that feels quite a lot better. What happened here? And I think Gibbo hasn't caught Vintner, who hasn't caught McNeil, but this is still... Who's that in the middle there? Is that a Porsche in the middle there?
That is a Porsche that came up.
It is.
A line.
Who is that?
That's our race leader.
That is. Yes, Ethan Kale. He's navigated that beautifully, has Ethan. Nice work from him.
I just want to point this out. Raschuti still hasn't pit.
He's doing the bender strap.
That is bold. Very bold considering the weather.
Where is he? Get him on the tally. Stefano, let's go. He's doing the bender strat. Currently,
He's going to be on
P1.
dries, surely. Because it hasn't pit.
He would
So
be, yes.
he's still got the dries. He's waiting for this dry track.
That looks like a custom livery. I know it's not, but that's awesome. Look at that. It's got the Shell logo. That's cool. In he comes. Nice work on the bender strat.
No, he's gone around. He's
Never
going
mind.
again.
How much fuel has that man got on board?
Going to do the last 2-minute pit window thing. Time his lap, come in right on the closing of the pit window, and then do the dries.
It's going to be longer than a 47-second pit stop for that man. I'll give you the tip if he's got that much fuel on board. Who else is going here? Vincent Gibbons. That's the battle I want to watch. The Porsches seem to have stretched their legs a little bit and sort of sorted themselves out a little bit. So we'll come back to those in the next 10 minutes or so. But Alex, you were talking before about how exciting these cars are to race in the wet. So this is the battle we'll stick with.
They're exciting so much that they don't change too much between wet and dry. Obviously, being a slower car and
It's
more
going
stable.
extremely wide. So I'm sorry to get cut by
All you
Alex.
get, all you get is that sort of thing. You just get a bit of extra understeer, but you certainly tend not to get that loss of traction that you would normally see in the faster cars.
So yeah, just braking a little
They
bit
just
deep.
come in a bit too hot.
Yeah. Missing the
I don't know
apex
whether
by a country
I don't know
mile.
whether
and-
both of you noticed that or not, but they were all searching for the wet track coming down that main straight too, or the front straight, I should say. before peeling back into the braking zone. As you can see, there's a nice racing line getting formed now. Maybe Rashidi might be on the pro strat. If you reckon it can dry out a bit more, you might have quicker times towards the end of the race rather than searching for those wet patches.
Yeah.
It all depends on how much time he's lost staying out on worn, dry tyres on a wet track.
Wait, is he on dries? Has he been battling this out on dry tyres?
Yeah, he hasn't pit yet.
He hasn't come to the pits, so...
Okay, never mind. Sorry. I'm refusing to go back to route duty. Yeah, it's a wet track. Well, now it's damp. The rain has stopped. The rain has stopped and it's almost immediately gone to a damp track. The wipers are still on, but I would suggest the rain has
he's got
stopped.
23 seconds. He's coming into the pits now, but with 23 seconds to JP, I mean, I don't think it's really worked out for him at all.
Well, he will slot in front of Vittner there, and will possibly have.
No,
dry
he'll have
time.
30 seconds stationary, and Vittner's
true, yeah.
34 behind in total. So
Where did he start? Do we know?
I have no idea.
No, I don't recall.
I know he's a fairly quick driver, so it would have been in the top half of the BMWs, I would have thought.
All I know is it wasn't in the top 3, but he's obviously qualified pretty well at most races he's participated in, so you're probably right, Alex. In the top half somewhere. But, yeah, pretty good result anyway. He got the Bender strat going for as long as possible, and he was up there at P1 of the BMWs. We all saw it, so out of context, success post. You are the winner, Stefano. Take a photo, that's it, send it home. Done.
JP searching for that wet track now. Trying to keep the tyres cool to the end.
I know it's a Porsche on a BMW, but you probably still don't want to send it there. But he did, and he forced the BMW to really compromise their bus stop. So I think that's Vintner who got overtaken by the Porsche. Yeah, and smack bang in the middle of the first apex.
Yeah, Gibbo, send your PayPal to whoever helped you out there with slowing down Vintner, but all a bit wide there. Still searching for the wet.
Grass has understeered off.
Whoa.
And opened the door massively.
Whoa. Here we go. Side by side. It's Gibbo and Vintner. Gibbo's on the outside. There's not a lot of grip out there, and he does. He does the right thing, really. He would have lost more time, really, by sticking to that battle. So instead, tucks into the camber, gets a very good exit, and forces
Mick
Vintner.
Neal will be watching this very closely as well. He's only a couple of tenths behind Gibbo at this stage. We are hoping either of these boys have a bit of an oops and then can capitalise if he's lucky.
Well, he wants these spots back. These are the 2 spots that he lost at turn 1 last lap. So he's stuck with them. Whoa!
Oh, big cross up, a good save.
Just 5 minutes to go.
Still a damn track.
Should be a very fun battle at the end.
We switch to Rashidi and see if he put on some dry tyres or if he's still got the wets.
Yep.
You might just cycle MFD here.
And then I'd have to go. Wait. And then I'd have to go with this. And then over there. And he's got the dry tyres on.
Got the dries. Interesting.
So he might make up some time, but I don't think it's not going to be enough. He's a long way off.
Yeah, he's 20 seconds behind T-Mac, and he's in a Porsche. So yeah, he's not catching him.
I think Dieball said
Yeah, you can see the cars in front are going through the S's now, so it's quite a distance.
You'll have to
just
cycle
lost too much time.
Cycle your time again, JC, and you rig to get that leaderboard back up.
Don't tell him what to do.
No, do. Please tell me what to do. What is that?
I don't know, but that was an interesting one. But keep going. There we go.
Nice one. Oh, look at that. I tell you what else is spicy that I've spotted is Bexhold and Bushel are currently P2 and P3, but they've both got massive
I was
penalties.
just going to mention that.
So where's Amanto
done something naughty.
Where's Amanto in relation to that, I wonder?
Come on, timing board, update. Let us know if Amato's sort of 15 seconds behind there.
Might just come out to the second last corner now, I think. No, he's not.
23 seconds.
23, so we'll see no change at the top at this point in time.
So he's got to find 8 seconds in 4 minutes, does Samanto? You wouldn't see that happening, but this is the battle. Look at these three continuing to get in each other's mirrors.
Whoa, big save. Well done,
McNeil's made a couple of nice saves in the last couple of minutes. Is that Gibbo up the inside? He is forcing Vincent to take the outside line. They are still
here we go. McNeil's going to have a bit of a sneak here.
McNeil is right here. Oh, he's so close to Gibbo. I love how close these BMWs can race. That is amazing.
You don't have to worry about any aero wash or anything like that.
Oh,
and Porsche just making
Porsche
its way
joins
through,
in.
saying, get out of my way, please.
Porsche does what he wants. Oh, wow.
Oh,
and this
no.
invites Gibbo to just say, yes, sir, thank you. Wow.
And that's what makes multi-class racing so exciting.
He's going to get him back, though.
He's got the better exit. He's got the inside now to come into boss up as well. And McNeil's going to want
It's going to be 3 wide at the straight. What is happening?
These boys know they're on stream and they're providing content. Gibbo lost out of Posy here. Now holds on, even though he did lose it into turn 1, but somehow got the exit of the gods and maintains position. Gibbo now has more beamers in front of him, and we see T-Mac coming up the outside.
Oh, that's a send. Oh my goodness, T-Mac. Oh, what a send. Goodness me, the BMWs had to be so aware of what was happening there. That was Gibbons. I don't think it was, actually. I think it was McNeil who had to really open the door, because now Gibbo has plonked himself back in the middle of these BMWs.
Yeah, McNeil got a bit stuffed up by that one.
So yeah, McNeil, as you said, had to open up the wheel and get out of the way of the Porsches that came through. T-Mac just barging his way through. Oh my God.
See Vidna go wide.
Eli might be saying to the stewards, hey, can you have a look at that?
Gibbo's wide.
Oh, close again.
Oh God, they get so close. This is great racing from these three, by the way.
Nice, Gibbo doing the right thing there. Backing out of that one and looking for this last corner. Needs to get it right in the camber there. The sun's come out, by the way. This game looks very nice when it's like a wet track with the sun. It looks nice, very shiny. 1 minute to go. Ethan Cale currently with the purple lap and 20 seconds clear on track. He's 28 seconds clear of his next competitor. So Ethan Cale has dominated this one. We'll flick to him and congratulate him, but I'm just going to hang around here because this is where all the spice is. The Porsches are bullying. Yeah, we've seen a couple of interesting moves. But oh my goodness, it's fun to watch. So it is.
Mento just got a penalty as well. 5 seconds tapped on there. So T-Mac is in range at the moment to gain that posse under penalties.
Nice one, that'll block him up at P4. I'd be happy with that.
Got to stay close though, because he's only 4.4. If he drops off a little more, it won't matter. Just as we cross the line, the leader will be starting his final lap now on the Porsche. They will be heading down into T1 for the last time. And we've got yellow into this corner we're about to see on exit. Looks like car 29 might be around.
That is Hamato. So there goes his chance of picking up P4. He's obviously had a little whoopsie-poopsie around here somewhere. Probably don't need to check out a replay of that one as we watch McNeil and Vincent are continuing to battle. McNeil and these BMWs can get so close. McNeil all up in Vincent's business. Gibbo just watching patiently here with still a lap and a half to go. Actually, do the BMWs finish this lap and it's all over?
They'll finish with the leader of the race itself. So they've got one more lap of fighting.
So there is still one more to go. Beautiful. That's what we want. That's what Gibbo wants. He wants just to be patient here. continue watching these two get
Oh,
sideways.
it's
Wow-wee. McNeil is throwing everything at Vintner here.
Those tyres will not be happy with that. They're
Yeah, no,
already
you're spot on. He's out there
dry.
looking for wet patches at this point.
I don't think there's many wet patches left to find.
This is the critical corner. There's been a couple of incidents, a couple of mistakes here,
Oh,
and
he gets
again,
the
He's
He's
Vintner.
loose again,
Gibbo will go, thank you very much. 'cause
and that's
Gibbo
going
got a
all the
fantastic
way up to the bus stop.
mega exit there by Gibbo and capitalises it and gets his 1 posse. Now let's see whether he'll be able to possibly get Vintner in the last half of the lap.
I think that just shows how
Oh, hello, Porsche.
Ooh,
They just come out
out of nowhere.
And then into the bus stop. Porsche does nicely there. I was worried he was going to send it on that. But the Porsche has done beautifully there. He's navigated the bus stop and the bit. Oh, never mind. Little kiss of the grass out there. Still a bit of work to do left.
Yeah, that little sequence with turn 1 just shows why it's probably the most important corner on the track, because if you get it wrong, it affects you all the way to the bus stop, and that's a good quarter to a third of the lap gone because of one bad corner.
Congratulations to Ethan Kale. I'm sure he'll forgive us for not crossing the line with him. He's done very nicely. He's dominated this Porsche
He's
Cup
gone
race. But
wide.
Gibbo's gone a little wide there. Oh, who's that in the
Neil.
grass back there?
I'm not sure, but McNeil will be on. Thank you for the wide line there, Gibbo. I'm going to race you into the next call.
Does he go deep?
Oh, there is the dive.
He does. And does it nicely.
Crisscross.
Gibbo crosses him back. Moves up alongside. There's overlap here, boys. Be careful. Oh.
Bit squirrely on exit, but did well. 2 corners remaining to see what can happen. If they throw it in, we might see McNeil do one of his famous drifts again. No.
It has been an
Keep it nice and tight.
absolutely epic battle between these through the wet and the dry. Vintner, McNeil and Gibbons is how they will finish. It's 11, 12 and 13 overall, but it was the battle for P2 in the BMWs that Vintner comes out on top of. McNeil grabs the podium and Gibbo a well-deserved P4. He deserved P2. They all deserved P2. What an excellent display of driving from Vintner, McNeil and Gibbons. But it is Ethan Kale who wins the Porsche Cup race tonight. As we said, he absolutely dominated. He was way, way, way out in front. Stefan Bechtold in P2. That's a nice result for him as he does some celebratory wall kisses. And Mark Bushell finished P3. Both those guys had penalties, but they had enough time in the bank to finish in front of T-Mac and Hermanto in the Porsches. Page, another dominating display tonight, winning the sprint race and the BMWs. And as we said, Vintner and McNeil rounding out the podiums for the BMWs with Gibbo in P4. Oh, wowie.
Some great racing all around there. Well done to all the guys in the split. They did well with the multi-class and everything there. So well done, and
Whole lot of
well
fun.
done.
So, yeah, just to recap,
Fun
as
to
we
watch,
said,
and I'm sure fun to race.
Kale, P1, 30-something seconds clear, absolutely dominated tonight in front of Bechtold and Bushell. And for the BMWs, it was Senekis, Vintner, and McNeil. Oh, boy, oh, boy. I'm not entirely sure how to wrap that one up. Looking forward to tomorrow night, as discussed in the previous one. Mike Crick will lead the way for you tomorrow night. He will take the reins, and he is a pro streamer. He knows his way around Streamlabs and Broadcast Controller and all that sort of stuff. So expect a slightly more polished performance behind the controls tomorrow. I'll be in the race. Come and check me out in Beckett's. That's later on, but other than that, thank you very much, Alex and Sean, for... Hey, especially to you, Sean, for coming in at very late notice and covering for the late, great David McNulty. So thank you to you two for joining me.
My pleasure. And big shout out to Bender.
Right,
Hope
mate.
you're feeling better soon, mate. COVID's not fun.
Chat. I say it every week, but you guys carried the show tonight. Thank you very much for keeping us all company, but especially me, and for your assistance as well, for sorting out the resolutions and the jing-jangs and the whatnots. I'm too old for this shit, so you've done very well in covering for me there. Thanks for keeping me company. Neil, looking forward to having you back behind the controls, mate. This is so much harder than it looks, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not a Patreon already, go and sort yourselves out. It's $5 a month. It's worth a cup of coffee a month, and it's really well worth this, man. I tell you what. Anyway, enough. I'll see you all tomorrow night. Have fun. Catch you later.
See you, chat.